and we continue to make content professionally, and we make this a real job. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to what we have in store. We got big projects in the future for the end of this year and next year, and we will have a good old time. So please enjoy this beautiful bean footage, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And let's see if we can have some funny moments and some highlight reels for the future. So let's roll that beautiful bean footage and see some laughs and some highs and lows. So everybody take care, and we'll see you at the end of the video. Ow! Ow! Son of a bitch! God damn it! Okay, that's not gonna work.
Well, it hurts a lot quicker. You have a lot less reaction time.
Okay.
I just jumped right through.
I'm assuming lasers bad.
Yes, lasers are bad, very bad.
Yep, they're bad. I learned a lesson today.
See, kids, video games teach you things. That lasers are bad.
Yeah, don't go in there.
Marty, oh my god.
Alright.
Yeah, don't go through the laser.
Bad. I wanted to see the light.
I might clip that.
Like, imagine if they did like a Quake movie, and that just halfway through the movie, the main guy just gets mulched by one of those things.
Yeah.
Just end credits, we're done.
Yep, exactly. Marty got mulched by a laser. Now all we need is sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads.
Just like the protagonist of the movie just gets killed this way. And then they just have to go to some other person for the other half of the movie.
Yeah. Okay, get on it.
Well, at least you can go out. At least the elevators won't mulch you in a second, like in Half-Life. Good lord.
Yeah. Oh shit! I fell into SpaghettiOs.
Yes, it is.
I think, yeah, we go this way. Hey, it's that thing from Half-Life. Oh wait.
Copyright.
Prepare for unforeseen consequences, Mr. Freeman.
Yeah.
Probably a bad place to stand.
Yeah.
No.
Marty about to get cooked.
Why did it just turn on? Oh no.
Hey, another environment suit. Or body armor.
Oh god. I am stuck in here. Can please open this door again?
Nope. I have no
Um,
idea how, honestly.
can you rocket launcher yourself?
Console
It
commands.
just hurts.
Console commands.
Hit X. X.
Oh,
There we go. Oh god.
Alright, so don't follow the compass.
Well, sort of.
yeah. Ledge man sank like a rock. Pilot cards. Let's see. Let's check the pilot cards. Badges. Badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Target destroyed. One to go.
All right. Where's the other one? Thing's behind us.
We just did them both. Bomb's already set.
Oh, okay. What about the kaboom?
Ultra One, intel located.
That's all, folks.
Oh, I fell.
Took one for the team.
Oh no!
God
But
damn
my
it.
day's been pretty good. I can't really
I
complain.
fell off.
Yeah.
I'm stopping our train.
Wrong train, both of you. We need more people on our train. We need,
Yeah, I'm stopping their. I'm slowing down their train so we can win. All right, hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. And tonight, we are gonna have a game of Uno with some Twitch followers and some friends. So, yep, we're gonna do Uno tonight as a continuation of our 7th year Twitch anniversary. So, celebrating 7 years of Twitch and to many more. Again, thank you to all of you who supported me and supported the community and everything, and supported all the small streamers and our friends, and just thank you to all of you. Hopefully we make Twitch partner in the future, and we can grow this big and make it, excellent, and we can go on in the future and keep having more fun and more laughs. So, yep, tonight we're gonna play Uno with my friends Hardcore Dev and my buddy Merch Guy Steve. I will introduce them to you when we get the game started. So, some stuff we have to get out of the way, some housekeeping stuff. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I will be streaming next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then Sunday. Tuesday, I have a job interview. I can't say who it is with. It's kind of confidential. So if I do get the job, I may have to put streaming on hold for a while, or I may have to change my stream schedule. I will let you know, everybody in the Discord, if that happens. So, yep. We're still doing the skateboard giveaway. We're still doing the Baldur's Gate 3 Twitch integration campaign with my cousins. We're still doing the birthday stream, and in the future, we are gonna have we're gonna do a Warhammer week where I have enough money for the Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 game. We're gonna have a Warhammer week where we play that all week. So yeah. What else do I have to talk about? Yep, that's pretty much about it. So we got more games in the pipeline, of course. Baldur's Gate 3, EA Skate, Skull and Bones, Jump Ship, Eden Chronicles, and anything else on my Steam wish list. We are also going to do next Friday, we're going to do a Doom 1 remaster on stream with a couple of friends. So, with that being said, let's get into the game, and let's get our friends on here, and I will introduce them. So, okay. All right. Alright, getting into the game, and let's see. I gotta turn down the music a bit. Okay. Settings. Okay. That. Okay. Let's see if they're gonna join anytime soon. Okay. Hey, howdy, hey. What's happening, Hardcore Dev? How you doing? see. Let me check my course. Good. Can you hear me? Are you muted? Huh. Okay.
How's that? Do you hear me?
Yeah, hey, I can hear you now. Good.
Okay, sweet, sweet. Sorry, yeah, Discord likes to reset all my settings.
You know what? It does that to me too. It's crazy.
Yep.
So, all right, I am going to create a lobby.
All right,
And-
I'm gonna mute real quick and start up.
Okay, cool. Let me get the lobby created. What else? Okay, I think we're gonna do those settings. Okay. Okay.
All right, I'm back.
All right. I sent you an invite, and we're waiting on Steve.
All right, I'll accept it here in a second. I still gotta set up the Discord capture.
Sure. Sure, no problem.
Yeah, sorry, I have a new PC, so everything's all fresh and new again.
Well, you know what? I built a PC recently. I think that was I built mine in May. I built my new PC last May, so I totally understand how that goes.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot, and I upgraded to Windows 11 too, so like half the stuff I either feel like it doesn't work the same.
You know what? Same thing, man. I feel you. I totally feel you. I got Windows 11. I got a big beefy video card. And I spent like $2,300.
Yep, same.
Oh god, it's like I'm talking to a mirror.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's my last PC lasted me for 7 years.
You know what? Funny thing, mine too.
Now we're like clones.
You are me 2.0.
Nah, see, no, you're the better version. I'm the previous edition.
Okay, so yeah, we're waiting on Steve. He's running late. He's having dinner right now.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I made dinner a little bit earlier, just in case.
What did you eat?
I had pork chops.
Okay, you know what? I had pulled pork. I had 2 pulled pork sandwiches.
Yeah, we both had pork, man. You just gotta stop. You gotta stop. Like, where are the cameras at? I'm gonna start looking for cameras.
Closed circuit TV, where are you?
Oh God.
Alright, let's. Okay. Yeah, okay. Steve just messaged me. He says he's still eating dinner. So. So besides the new PC and everything, how's life going? How's design going?
It goes. So been doing a lot of like I'm in a job outside my industry again, unfortunately.
Okay.
But at least I'm working. Period. So.
Right. Well, I've been in between jobs. I was working at a tax office for this tax year, 2023. And they let me go after the tax season, so I got to look for another job. And I have a job interview Tuesday. I can't say what it is because it's confidential.
That's fair.
Yeah, so they want me to keep things
Uh,
under wraps until a certain time period.
Right now,
If
I
I do
am
get the job.
working. I can't say exactly what I do, but I work for Apple right now through a subsidiary. Like I don't work directly for them.
Oh, a third party contract.
Yep,
Want to know something funny?
you did that too.
I did that too. Yes, I did tech
Yeah.
support for Apple.
Yeah, yeah, I do like image work. So I was about to say you probably did the same thing.
Well, no, I did phone tech support for Apple through a third party company.
Okay.
They were absolutely horrible. They were it was a horrible company, horrible people, and we got outsourced to Chile. Uh, and I quit right before that happened. So it was um, like I quit in January, and then like the people that were still working there. This was January 2007,
Yeah.
and then because I worked there for 4 months, I worked there from September to December, and I quit in January. And what happened was uh when I quit, because I only did that job because I had to help pay for my grandma's funeral, which is
Mhm.
sad. So what happened was like 2 weeks later they made an announcement that the company was getting outsourced, so they were gonna lay off everybody in that building. And like all the people that worked there were like really pissed, and so they joined up in a lawsuit. And I signed up on that lawsuit, and we won the lawsuit. And I only got $20 out of that lawsuit.
Oh damn! Is it split between just so many people? Is that why?
Yeah,
Damn.
because we that building had like, God, for our company we had multiple companies in that building. We had like 3 banks, and it was Apple tech support, and we had about 60 people uh employed for that third party company.
Oh,
And
I gotcha.
the bosses were horrible. Uh, we didn't get paid good money at the time. We got paid like $9 an
Damn.
hour, and so to supplement everything, we had a weekend lotto where a random person was chosen to get like an extra like $200 in their paycheck. And after the training, as soon as I got into the floor, I won the lotto like my first day on the job, like after training. Like I won
Oh,
the
nice.
$200 in my extra paycheck, and that came in my second paycheck.
That'd be nice.
And I'm just
This
like,
one.
so like my normal paycheck was like probably 400, and then it went to like 600. So, but most of that money went back into my insurance
Well, you
because,
know.
of course, insurance and bills and things, and grandma's funeral.
Yeah, I've been looking. I got laid off at the beginning of May, and I've been looking since then, but there's just the industry's so dry right now. There's just nothing like, and no one's hiring. And
Yeah.
those are hiring or like they're moving away from work from home. Like a lot of them are in California and they're all switching back to office only
Right. Yeah.
and when I graduated school for game design, it was like a lot of stuff was, PBR and realistic was the hot thing, like
Yeah.
how real is it? How real is it? How real is it? Look, well now we're past that and we're moving actually away from it. So you get games that are like Wukong that is like stylized but also realistic, and you get like a
Yeah.
lot of and then
Mega
Zelda
difficulty.
so yeah, like all the games are moving towards like stylized hand painted textures. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, there goes, my window. So
Yeah.
it's just not my style.
Yeah, it's like a one-way tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel you. I got my degree, and I was like this is a real story. I was on my way to becoming a radio DJ, like seriously.
Oh,
And
nice.
Yeah. So, I graduated everything. Like, I had I had an internship lined up, and that was going to turn into like a full time job. Everything was going to be awesome. Like, it was going to be like a full time radio DJ gig, doing multiple stations. Like, and they had a tryout and everything. So, I put up, got stuff together, put demo reels up and everything, and then here comes along a big corporate company. They're emerging in the terrestrial radio business, and they buy out my radio station, and the whole radio DJ thing that flew out the window. I got blacklisted. Many of the employees got blacklisted from the radio station, and they kept the talent on, and they kept the management, but they fired everybody else. They fired, the sales staff, the management staff, the sound staff, and they even fired the human resources staff.
Wow.
And they all got blacklisted. They couldn't work in another radio station, and that ruined my my life trajectory. I could have had a nice house. I could have had a wife and a kid and everything. Everything would have been hunky dory, and I would have been just slinging music and records and stuff, and going to remote events and promoting the station and music and everything. That would have been like the life. But
Right.
no, big corporate company comes out with a corporate buyout, and tells all the drone workers to F off. And
That
corporate
seems to go,
doublespeak.
right?
Yep, exactly. So
You can always blame corporate for pretty much all life problems are all corporate. All of it.
because
so, like,
capitalism, kids.
Because I mean, same thing happened to me, like when working for the last company, like I was still a contractor for the studio, and I was like, oh, well, like maybe I can get hired on, maybe, just maybe, and then, they renewed my contract 3 times, like extending it just a little bit more for the game to release. And the game didn't release. It released the end of May. My contract ran out the 1st of May. It just wasn't there. And they're like, oh, well, maybe, if the game does good in a few months, we can bring it back. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe you. Like, there's no way. So, and they physically couldn't renew my contract anymore. And even if they wanted to hire me back now, I'd have to be hired on full time. Like, I can't be contracted with them again for another 2 years. That's just how the contracts work.
Now,
And it's so annoying.
yeah. Now here's the question: is that game still going on? Is there still support for it?
Yeah, game's going fine. I mean, it's not as popular. I can talk about it. It's X Defiant.
Oh,
So,
really? Okay.
Yeah, so I worked for Ubisoft. So I worked for
Which is the
Ubisoft
developer of the Zuno game.
Yeah, it is funny enough, the developer of this game.
Yeah.
It seems like every time I bring it up or I happen to mention to somebody, I'm like, hey, by the way, I worked for Ubisoft. They're like, someone in their chat or they're talking about playing Assassin's Creed or a Ubisoft game. So, but as far as I know, I worked for the San Francisco studio, so we were only responsible for Rocksmith and X Defiant, pretty much. That was about it. So we had no involvement or no hand dipping in like Assassin's Creed or
now
what's the other one? The Star Wars game.
Okay, because Ubisoft's making a new Star Wars game right now. But the question I have to ask you was, did you have any ties to Skull and Bones? Because I want to play that game. I know there's a lot of controversy with that game right now. I mean, there has been with the launch and everything. But
yeah, so we had no involvement. Skull and Bones was a different studio. I don't remember which one. Was it Singapore or I think maybe?
Yes, because the company owed money to Singapore in like back taxes or something like that. But at the look of the game, it looks like Black Flag stripped down, but more fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. So it's so I got a free copy. I have a copy. If you plan to play it, I will play it with you.
Okay.
So they gave us a free copy, but I only play it because I have a copy. I have not told any of my friends to buy it. I said it is a waste of money. If it was free to play, sure. So yeah, so as far as the gameplay loop, it's repetitive. It is very much a game to sit back with your friends and chat. I would not solo play it, not one bit.
Okay.
It's very grindy, you know, and there's not a lot to do. It's a lot of, you know, deliver. Get this, go here, get this, go here, get this, go
Okay.
here. It's just so. But as far as, you know, if you have someone to talk to, you know, like if you have friends playing, sure, it's
Yeah.
great. But as far as telling people to pay $70 for it when it first came out, I said y'all are idiotic, and I told my managers too, and my managers agreed. You know, obviously the studios didn't talk to each other that much. You know, like so.
Right.
I had no secrets to tell on Assassin's Creed. I had no secrets to tell on the Star Wars game because we just didn't communicate like that. We didn't talk to each other like that. So I straight up told my managers, I said, what are we thinking? I said, we just, we're releasing this game that is exactly what you said, a stripped down version of Black Flag. You don't get off your ship and roam around. You can't do any of the stuff that you expect you would be able to do. And then the fact that we're charging $70 for it, and then I said, and then we're doubling down. Our CEO is doubling down and saying this is the first quadruple A game of its time, and that's why we're charging $70. I said, are you dumb? Like, that's such a slap to your fan base.
Okay.
People who are playing this game and expecting it, like you're slapping them right in the mouth and saying that this is a quadruple A game.
Now, I bought the game on a discount. I got it for $30. So I wanted to try it out because I was burnt out on Sea of Thieves.
That's fair. Yeah, I get burnt out on Sea of Thieves after I play with your buddies, and then after a night, you spend half the night playing it. You're like, yeah, this is great, and then you're done, and you just don't want to touch it again for a while.
Yeah.
Same feeling kind of happens with this too. You see all the new things. You're like, oh, cool, look what I can do. You help each other in combat. Like, so with friends, it has potential, but do not go into it expecting Black Flag because you will be disappointed. Think of it as a whole new title.
And I was in one of the early betas, which like I had an old machine back then. I was on my previous machine. And my previous machine could barely run it. So I didn't like it, but once I got to a certain point, I could play it. I can understand the enjoyment of it. But the reason why I got burnt out on Sea of Thieves was because we kept getting killed by other players.
Oh, that's true. Didn't they release private servers now? Like you can do non.
They did, but it sort of ruined some aspects of the game. Because it limits certain things. If you go in PvE, you can only get up to level 40. You can't do max level.
Yeah.
You can only do certain stories, which it kind of ruins it because there's some certain gear that you need to do PvP with, and there's certain aspects where you can't do that. So I'd rather go play Skull and Bones with my cousins because that's what we're gonna do. Because my cousins loved Sea of Thieves, and that's how they found out about me Twitch streaming. They're like, "Oh, can we join your Twitch streaming?" And I'm like, "Of course, of course." So this was right before I got Pirate Legend, and so they joined me. We all had fun, and but we kept getting killed by other players, and we couldn't progress. So, but by the time I got Pirate Legend, I was so burned out on the game. I'm just like, okay, this is Pirate Legend. Like, is there anything fancy you can do? And then when they added more content, it got more bearable. But the PvP was great. It's just it felt like I was being cheated because like I could engage in PvP, but I could barely kill anybody. We could barely sink a ship. And I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, watching people play that, it's like some people have really like min-maxed it to death. Like they can just tear up a whole party. You see people, and that's what happens in most games anyway. Streaming kind of ruins it for everybody. So you have people who are really good at the game and stream it, and they can show up on like a sloop and they can 1v4 an entire galleon, and people eat that up. Like so, it just kind of ruins it for everybody else.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to switch over to Skull and Bones, and I have played it. I played an early version of it. I didn't like it, but after a while, like I saw a later build, I thought, okay, this could possibly be better. with friends.
It's better with friends. We played one of the last. We got invited, our studio, to one of the very last betas
okay.
that they had, and I had the same feeling. I mean, it was a pretty final build. It's
Okay.
just it's one of those ones like I could care less about the story, but chilling with your friends, ship combat. I'm like, yeah, I could get into this.
Yeah.
But yeah, without having people to grind with, it was just kind of not worth it. You're just sitting there alone for
So
long periods
I
of time.
could definitely grind this with my cousins then.
Yeah, if you're ever streaming or anything like that, hit me up. I'll play with you. Just because
Okay.
I never really get the chance to play it.
Okay. So yeah, we're, the thing is, whenever my cousins found out about me streaming, they jumped on me all the time. They wanted to stream with me. I'm like, okay, let's party up and do stuff, and let's play different games. So we did Sea of Thieves, we did Overcooked.
Well, that's always classic.
Yeah, we did Overcooked All You Can Eat. We did Jackbox. We still do a ton of Jackbox together. We're gonna do Baldur's Gate 3 with Twitch integration, and
Very
we're gonna do
nice.
Skull and Bones, and we're gonna do a game called Jump Ship. Have you ever seen that Jump Ship?
I haven't. No.
Okay, it's Sea of Thieves in space without the PvP.
Ah, okay, okay.
So think Sea of Thieves and FTL. Have you ever played FTL?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Okay. FTL is basically roguelike Star Trek. Have you ever seen Star Trek?
I've seen of it.
Okay. So you have a spaceship, you have a crew, and you have to deliver a message. And the message is you have to find a way out of this galaxy. And so you go through individual sectors of this galaxy, and then you have to get to the end of the galaxy and destroy this one spaceship. This one big boss spaceship, and you have to fight it in order to deliver this message to this fleet, to this flagship. And it's really hard. I could barely get past like the first. I got to like sector 8, and everything's all randomized.
Okay.
So it's a really fun game because it's one of those games where it's like, okay, one more run, I can do this. Even on the easiest setting, it is really hard.
Was this multiplayer or single player?
It's single player.
Okay.
So basically, it's all menus, but it's really fun because you run into a spaceship. It's most likely to try and kill you. So like you have to target individual systems. Like you have to target shields, oxygen, engines, weapons, med bay. You have all those little individual sections in the spaceship, and then you have a little pilot crew to run it. And you can put more. You can hire more crew. You can build up the ship. You can increase the firepower, increase the reactor, increase the shields. Like you can fully customize.
Sounds kind of when you describe it like that, it does sound kind of familiar. What was it called again?
It's called FTL, Faster Than Light.
Oh, I have seen this.
Yeah.
I don't know where I've seen it, but I've seen this.
So think that and Sea of Thieves together, but in space.
Ah, okay.
So you it's a PvE game too. There's no PvP. So it's called Jump Ship, and basically you and 4 friends go pilot a ship out in space, and you go do missions out in space. And you can get off the ship, you can explore planets, and you can go like get gear and find stuff. And there's like aliens you can fight. There's like AI robots you can fight.
Oh, neat.
And so basically you have to take care of your ship for as long as you can before it explodes.
Oh, okay. Looks pretty neat.
So yeah, Jump Ship.
I don't know why, but looking at the image for Jump Ship makes me want to play God, what's that game? Crossroads, the one where you build up your car and then you battle each other with it.
Oh yeah.
God, I loved that game. I just
So-
never had enough people to play.
So yeah, Jump Ship looks like a lot of fun. There's like multiple ships you can earn and start with, but again, it's a 4-player PvE game, so you need friends to play with. And
Yeah.
you could do single player with AI, but it's just as hard because you got to order commands and stuff like, hey, the ship's on fire. You got to go put it out with the whatchamacallit, with a fire extinguisher. You have to repair the ship. There's guns outside the ship, so you can get on the turrets and like blast other ships and stuff. And there's missions where it's like, oh hey, go collect this, go deliver that, go explore this planet, do all that stuff. There's like planet bases you can go to where like, oh hey, you can get a spaceship part if you go to this base on this planet. Like you can upgrade your ship, you can customize it, paint it, everything.
Nice.
And
There was another game where you can build stuff is what's it? Trailmakers. I love Trailmakers. Like one of
oh
my favorite games to
yeah,
play.
I've seen that.
I wish that one would have. It's had some updates. I wish it would have some more like meaningful updates. But yeah, you just sit there for hours with your friends just building random stuff.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna see how Steve's doing.
Okay.
If he can't make it, we'll just do the two of us, and it'll be two of us versus AI, or it'll be a free for all.
All right, no problem.
So speaking of Ubisoft stuff, what do you think of the Star Wars Outlaws game? Because I was gonna get that.
I was looking at it, and I've heard a lot of stuff about the face. I guess people are having issues with.
Okay.
But as far as gameplay goes, I mean, it's not the style of game I usually go for, but I can respect, obviously a good gameplay loop. It looks pretty interesting. It just the thing that always kind of drives me nuts is that no matter what studio talks about it, they always talk about like the importance of choices and stuff like that, and really there is no choices, or it doesn't really matter.
Right.
What choices you make. At the end of the day, it's like your choices. It's not like people, when they hear stuff like that and they hear about choices in a game, they think, oh, like dialogue trees and different things happening, and it never really works like that. It's really just, it's probably just sliding a bar, be like, oh, okay, well now these people attack me on sight,
Yeah,
because
that's
I did
basically what it
something.
looks like. But the gameplay looks fun.
Gameplay does look good.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's not my style of game that I play, so
Right.
I don't think I'll be getting it or anything
Now,
like that.
now they keep
so.
touting that this is the first open world Star Wars game. It is not.
Definitely not. No.
Yeah, the first open world Star Wars game was Star Wars Galaxies. I don't know if you've ever played that, but that was a heck of a lot of fun.
I'll be saddening you just a little bit. I'm just not a fan of Star Wars.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, there was a game called Star Wars Galaxies where it was a Star Wars MMO. It was the first Star Wars MMO, and it was the first open world Star Wars game where you can basically live out the life of a Star Wars character. Like you can go choose a character, you build them up, you can build them however you want to build them up. And the whole thing was that you could just live a life. It's basically like it's basically Star Wars Sims. Like you could have a spaceship, you could have a house, you could have a speeder, you could have a job. You can go do Star Wars type stuff. And there were dungeons that you could run. Planets you could visit, and you could have player run towns, and everything. And it was during the original Star Wars period of the original movies, and it was a lot of fun. And then they came out with a couple of updates to the game where it ruined it.
That's how it goes.
And there was a thing called the combat update and the new game experience. Those were the two updates that ruined the game, because they turned it into like a pseudo action game, which wasn't really fun. It was more like jump in, jump out. Then that's not what Star Wars Galaxies was about initially. It was about living the life of a Star Wars character and getting to do what you wanted to do. If you wanted to be a smuggler, you can go do that. If you wanted to be a Jedi, you had to follow a certain path to unlock the Jedi path. So, and then like, hey, if you wanted to be a weaponsmith, armorsmith, If you wanted to learn kung fu, you could learn kung fu. If you wanted to, learn how to use a certain type of blaster, you can go do that. You can learn melee weapons, range weapons. You could get a ship out and fly it in space. I had two spaceships. I had a luxury yacht and I had a Y-wing.
Nice.
And yeah. Also, the jump to light speed was really fun, but it was really really unbalanced because like you could go to you can go outside to like a planet orbit, and like you can get into fights and stuff out in a planet's orbit, and then you'd go out in the middle of space and then you die because all the ships in like deep space would like are like they were they were they were heavy-handed ships that could kill you right away. So that's why it was very unbalanced.
Okay.
So it's like you could have a level 1 ship and you go into deep space and you can't level up because all the NPC ships or player ships would overpower you. So you'd have to grind out very slowly to get to like a high level ship, and then modify it with parts and everything, and then you can go into deep space and then go kill stuff. But that was hard to do, but it was very fun until that combat update, until the new game experience update, which ruined the game, and then they just closed it down in 2005, I think. So.
Oh. Man, see, there's MMOs are like fun to me when they have that premise of like a player run town, like, oh, if you want to, provide services as a blacksmith to other players, then, you have to learn the skills, like, and stuff like that is like, but the problem with all of them is like, for one, the game has to be popular enough for enough players to do it, so the economy on it kind of builds. But then, even then, it's like a fleeting thing. Like, you have to enjoy it while it lasts because eventually it'll just die off.
Yeah, and that's what Star Wars Galaxies was. At its peak, it was like 12 million players, and that had a good economy. Like I was a Wookiee weaponsmith. Like I was Chewbacca making guns. And yeah, so like I had my own player house. I had my own workshop. I was building guns for the rebellion, and like I got to fool around. And the way I made my money was I had all the unused minerals, like all the unused metals, and I would go sell that. And by the end of my Star Wars Galaxies career, I had like 25 million in the bank. I had 3 successful businesses. I built ship parts. I ran guns. I built guns, and I was having a good time doing it.
Nice. I was I think when I was going through like high school, my big MMO was Phantasy Star.
Oh yeah.
I put so many hours in the Phantasy Star universe, and like I had to pay the monthly subscription, and I'm sure my grandmother probably despises me to this day for that. 'Cause she was getting like bills every month for this, it's like $11 a month to play Phantasy Star Universe.
My first MMO was Ultima Online. Of course, if you were old enough to remember Ultima Online, that was addictive. It was basically Diablo, but in the Ultima universe.
I didn't. No, it was like I've heard of it, but it wasn't really my time. So like my uncle, I used to watch my uncle play Diablo 2 all the time.
Okay.
He tried to get me to play it with him, and I was like, nah. It's just one of those games like I want to watch someone play it, and I don't want to play it myself. Okay. So and then I didn't get introduced, and then I got introduced into Phantasy Star through like I had nothing else to do, and it was it was back when the demo for Phantasy Star Universe was on the Xbox 360. And it was like a huge community on the demo because people just didn't want to pay for it, and there was just a large community just doing it. And I met someone on there, and they're like, yeah, come play the full game, like they hopped back and forth. And I was like, yeah, come play a full game, and then they introduced me to the full game, and I got so into it. I had like as many characters as I could get. I was buying new slots, and I was paying monthly to play it, and I loved it so much. And the servers on that closed, I think, in 2012. I want to say.
Oh, okay.
So it went for a long time, and then I was introduced. The person that I played with moved on to a private server for Phantasy Star Online, the previous version, like the Blue Burst, I think it was called, or something like that. And I don't know, I wasn't interested, I guess, in the retro graphics. I didn't want to go backwards.
Yeah, they had
So,
private
I just
they had
lost
private
interest.
servers for Star Wars Galaxies, but it's for the combat update and the NGE experience, which were really bad. So like if they're gonna have private servers, they better have like before those updates.
Yeah, it may not be possible anymore unless someone still has that.
Yeah.
Like the versions.
So all right, we're gonna get started.
Okay.
I mean, if Steve joins us, he'll have to join in the second game. So.
Okay. Okay. What rules do we have here? Draw the map. Oh, you got 7 and 0 on. Oh man.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Will it? Will it? I mean, that makes the game last for hours.
+2 yellow.
Was it so 7 lets you pick who the cards
Yeah.
go to, right? And 0 just does the rotation.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, let me have your cards there, buddy. Oh, this sucks.
Yeah, I know. I had Dookie cards to start with.
I had Dookie cards too, so.
All right,
Oh,
2.
well. All right. Well.
Oh no,
well,
I am I am so sorry.
Ugh. Sorry, I can work with this. Keep it now. Okay. Well, you know, could have kept it red, you know, but you know, I understand. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I have really Dookie cards.
Yeah, I think I gave the AI really Dookie cards too, so he
Yeah.
has no specials. I don't remember what colors he had though.
All right, we're going green.
You can do that.
Ah,
Oh,
poopy. Okay.
sorry, I got this.
So we did this on my 3rd anniversary, and the AI almost won. But my buddy Trevor had to get 2 points to win, and it felt like that movie Better Off Dead with John Cusack.
Oh, nice.
The paperboy with the $2. I want
funny.
my $2. Yeah. So, what games are you looking forward to the end of the year?
Let's see. I don't know the release dates for all of them yet, but I was catching up on the Gamescom, and what was it? Obviously, I'm interested in Borderlands, but that isn't going to be this year, I don't think.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Hey,
next year.
What is it? Is GTA 6 coming out this year? No, they said next year.
Yeah, they said next year for that.
Yeah.
By the way,
What was the?
my Rockstar account got stolen right on stream. By the way, so I can't do
nice.
Rockstar games anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think what was the I'm trying to remember what the game was. King of Meat. That 4-player like dungeon crawler.
Oh yeah, it's Smash TV and dungeon crawling.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in that. I like that. It kind of gives me like Castle Crasher vibes almost, but
Yeah.
3D. I'd be interested in playing that.
Yeah.
The rest
If
is
you
all,
ever
like,
played
garbage,
Smash
though.
TV,
No. I haven't.
Okay. All right. Steve says 30 minutes.
Oh wow, jeez.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna.
Damn. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Did the timer run out?
No,
Okay.
you got an unfortunate top decker.
Okay. +4. Okay. That's fine.
I'm trying to think of any other games that were in. None of the other games in Gamescom looked really like caught my fancy, to be honest.
Well, I got enough money for Space Marine 2.
Ah, okay.
Because I got a lot of friends who are Warhammer fans, and they really want me to play that, and it's a multiplayer game.
Right.
So, like, I'm gonna join them on stream.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. I heard that Warhammer will gives out their license to almost anybody who wants it. That's what I heard. Like if you just ask to make a Warhammer game, they'll just let you have the license.
Yeah. Which, hey,
Free
that's great.
advertising.
And, you know, most of those Warhammer games are hit or miss. You know, Space Marine 1 was great. Bolt Gun is amazing.
Yeah, I've seen Bolt Gun.
Yeah, Bolt Gun is basically boomer FPS, and it's great.
Oh my god. Sorry, I was yelling at the cards.
Ah, +2. Okay.
Wait, do you jump in? Oh, loser.
Which cards? Okay. I have too much yellow. So, play that.
Surprisingly, I have none of a color. If you would think so with 15 cards, but there is a color I do not have. Good thing I still have yellows though.
Yep. Well, let's get rid of your cards. Because everybody's got a lot of them. That is blue. Dabba dee dabba da.
Oh man, remember that one color I don't have?
Oh,
yeah.
are you? Oh, was it blue? Oh, jeez,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just play this. Can I not? I'm clicking it. Oh, is there lag or something? How do I?
Yeah, there might be lag.
Oh, there we go. It just, I don't know.
Okay.
Took a while. Sitting there mashing it. Oh.
Oh, right back at you. +2, come on. Okay, let's see.
That's okay. Here you go. You can dish it back at him. Get him.
Alright, let's see. Wait, 5.
Hey, can we not be blue?
Your thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. I'm looking forward to EA Skate.
Oh yeah, is that finally releasing? I applied to them. Funny enough, there was they were hiring for Skate 4.
Yeah.
I tried really hard to get hired, but
Yeah.
fortunately, a lot of places want a certain program experience called Houdini, and I just didn't have it.
Right. Yeah. I tested Skate 4, but I can't say how the demo went or the beta went.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
How usually NDAs go.
Okay. So,
If we could not be blue, that would be fantastic. Okay, well, you know, we're just gonna keep it going. You know.
the denial zone.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other games were. I heard that that there might be another. There's like another like CD Projekt Red game in the works that might be like in the cyberpunk world. I would be down for that.
They're supposedly they're gonna make a multiplayer cyberpunk game.
Ooh, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love I'm glad they redeemed themselves with the first Cyberpunk game, and it's
Yeah,
one of
after
those
so many
ones.
updates, yeah.
That's what you get for challenging me, loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the world of Cyberpunk is super interesting. It's such a super interesting world to have.
And I'll get 4 more cards.
Oh man, blue again, huh?
Yeah. Oh, everybody switch cards. Everybody do the flop. Oh, come on, green.
I'm fine with green. Oh, you got that guy's like all blue probably.
Yeah. Exactly. It was blue and red.
Why don't you go ahead and just draw a little bit.
Ah, okay, gotta draw a card. Keep drawing a card. Okay, we'll play that one. And go red. Wah, wah.
Why did the AI always challenge?
Hey, we're not playing football.
God, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to, playing Baldur's Gate 3. We're gonna do it in October.
With the with Twitch connected, right?
Yep, with Twitch connection. We're gonna do it with my cousins. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I also have... What else do I have? I got a bunch of stuff on my, Okay. Oh. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're right. What's the one? I watched someone play, it was I think 7 days with Twitch integration, and that was pretty neat to watch.
Yeah. You know what else is really crazy with Twitch integration is Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of Ultimate Chicken Horse, have you seen a game that's like Chicken Horse, but it's the racing game called Make Way?
No.
It's exactly like Ultimate Chicken Horse, but it's like an arcade racer, and
Okay.
it starts off with everyone picking a track piece, and then you build a track up, and then you race.
That's interesting. Okay.
It looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, that... I mean, the only racing game I like is Forza.
Yeah, I like Forza. Well, see, I don't like the simulation one. I like Horizon better.
Oh,
Just
me
more
too,
to
me
do.
too. I'm a Horizon guy myself. The reason
Yeah.
why I like Horizon because it's open world. You can go anywhere you want, and I love doing the paint booth. Like, if I was a master painter, I'd be in that thing 24/7.
Yeah, there for a while, which one of the games, I think it was 3 or 4, would let people like upload like designs from their computer, like they could do it on the PC.
Yeah.
And I bet they could do some crazy stuff with a mouse.
Yeah. Well, you can't do the you can't upload pictures, but there's a trace program. What you can do is you can put the art in Photoshop, and then you could have a transparency a layer effect.
Yeah.
And then you could have the paint booth open in Forza, and you can put the transparency layer on the car, and then you can just do the tracing of the art picture or of the art graphic, and you can just trace along with the art graphic with that transparent layer.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
And so you could have accurate designs with that transparent layer.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
And some guy had a tutorial on how to do it. I wish I had the video. I'd send it to you.
Yeah,
Like-
I need to. I keep like I played Horizon 5 like religiously when it came out, and then
Oh, yeah, I
obviously
did
it kind
too.
of died off. Now and then there for a while, like I pick it up and play the new season every single time,
Yeah.
but then I just kind of drop it here and there. So
Yeah. Like I love all like any paint job that's like super duper funny. Like I will
Oh,
I
yeah.
will I will download it and put it on a car.
yeah, those are always pretty good.
Like I still think the best paint job was a broken down it was a rustic paint job, but it was a rustic paint job as a pizza delivery car.
Oh, those are always good, right?
Yeah, and it was so funny. And there was another
I think-
one where it was a
trying
clown
to-
car,
Oh, okay.
and
I think.
God, it was,
Oh shit.
and there was a bumper sticker that said, "I beat up the clowns and took their car,"
Oh, nice.
and the car it was one of those it was like a 1958 Fiat 500.
Okay.
And it was like a little tiny little clown car, and it said there was an arrow that pointed to the sunroof, and it said "Clown Escape Hatch," and it made me laugh. And then I made some crappy paint jobs, like I made a Nissan Silvia, built a Nissan Silvia to be a drift car, and
Yeah.
I had some funny writing on it. It said, "Ha ha ha, I can't drift."
Oh, nice.
And I beat somebody in a race with it, in a drift race. And yeah, I beat a Ferrari with it
Oh, nice.
in a drift race, and it was so funny because what I did was I had to get okay. I had to get down to the bottom of a hill, but I didn't use the main road. I just cut through the field,
Oh, nice.
and I beat the guy. And the guy drives up slowly. And he's like, "Oh shit, he beat me." And I just stare at his car, and he slowly drives past me like he's doing like the walk of shame.
Oh, yeah.
That was so good.
I think the last few times I've played, oh, I figured out the issue with the 7. Use your arrow keys on the keyboard if you're on
Oh, okay,
keyboard. Yeah, that was my issue.
okay, yeah.
I think I've been slowly trying to save up money. I was going through to see what cars came out in really long ago seasons. So I
Right.
could sell them, to get, because that's the only way I was going to get all the achievements, like buying the last house and all that. You had to have 20
Yeah.
million, and then buying, trying to slowly collect all the cars. And,
Yeah.
some of the cars you can only get in wheel spins or certain times. So they're
Right.
those ones are maxed out in price all the time.
Or they have the
so-
seasonal cars that you can only get during that season.
You know what's funny is I got my first large chunk of money by selling the DeLorean, because
Okay.
that came out in one of the first couple seasons, and I loved that car. But I was like, oh shit, it's worth a lot of money.
Right.
So
Oh,
man, you
come
played
on.
that, yeah.
Damn it.
And it's funny, after I sold it that big chunk of money, I think the next season or something like that, last season or so, a DeLorean was up for grabs again. I was like, oh, that's funny. I sold mine right in time.
I built a Twitch TV self-promo car for my channel, and I put it on the market. And surprisingly, it sold, so I made another one, and that one sold. And I thought hey, if I can build self-promo cars, I can get possible Twitch followers. I thought it'd be a good idea, in my mind. Somehow, I couldn't get any Twitch followers, but people kept buying the car because I slapped my Twitch logo on it and my Twitch link.
Well, there's when I've been slowly trying to collect all the cars, a lot of times I'll just see which one I don't have.
Yeah.
And most of the time I'll go into the marketplace, or not the marketplace, but I'll go into
The auction.
switching back and forth. Yeah, I'll go into the regular one, the what's it called, the regular where you can just buy the cars outright.
Oh, the dealership,
And
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, it'll be like a car will be like 300,000 or 400,000, and I'm like, that's crazy. So I'll just go in the auction house and look, and then people will get them as rewards and stuff and sell them for like 30,000. They're just up there like for next to nothing. So I
Right.
just buy them from that. But I think my last big purchases was I always check the auction house for 2 cars that I couldn't get. One was the Peel Trident, the little like UFO looking car.
Okay.
That
Did
one
you have
wasn't in the
P50?
auction
'Cause
house for a
I
while.
had the P50.
Not the P50, the Trident.
Okay,
It was
Trident,
like
okay.
it has like a bubble top to it. It looks like a little flying saucer, like a
Right.
UFO.
Okay. Yeah. I know
That
car,
one, yeah, that one wasn't in for a while, and then I think I don't know what happened, but a bunch of them popped up in the market for like $20,000. Like they must have been a reward or something. So I quickly bought one because I didn't have one yet. The other one I've been looking for a while, and the last time I was on, it was there for 20 million. One of them popped up, and I bought it immediately.
Right.
It was the Cadillac limo.
Oh,
I've been-
jeez. Yeah.
I've been looking for that one for a while, and I don't know how to get it. So as soon as I saw it in the auction house, I bought it immediately. And then I
Nice.
found a paint job for it that put the Oscar Mayer logo on it and made it look like a hot dog.
I had a couple Oscar Mayer cars too. Oh, poopy.
Oh, you won.
Oh no, wait, I
Nice.
did win. Okay,
Yeah, you won.
but I got 4 cards as well.
That's weird. Oh yeah, because it was stacked. It was a +8.
Oh, okay.
So you still got the original 4.
Okay. So that's why I did that symbol. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's still a handful of cars that go for a ton of money that you just can't get. One of them I think is a special edition Mini Cooper, a Forza edition. It's like the
Okay.
original one. That one only came out in season 1, like when the game
Right.
first released.
Do they
So
still
that
have
one has in
the
back.
They still have the 1970 AMC cars, the AMC Rebel?
I don't know. Not off the top of my head.
Because I had that in Forza Horizon 4, and because I mainly do the classic cars
Yeah.
and the rated X the X999 vehicles.
Yeah.
I do those cars as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I think there is a car I'm looking for right now, and it's one of the Sierra has those like
Okay.
off-road like quad-looking cars.
Right.
There's a certain version of one that can only be gotten in a wheel spin. I'm looking for that one.
Okay.
And what's the other one? Hoonigan. Hoonigan has a
Yeah.
not Hoonigan. The Gymkhana cars.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
one of
sorry.
the Ford. Oh damn! It's one of the Ford Escorts. It's like the number 9, I think.
Okay.
That one is also only in a wheel spin, and I have not found it pop up in the auction house.
Is that the rally version?
Well, all of them are rallies. The Gymkhana cars.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like it's like the Focus. It just says Gymkhana 9, I think. I have all the others. I don't have that one.
Oh, I'm thinking the Ford RS 200 or 2000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I like to do. I like to get like some of the. I like getting the rare cars. So I'm slowly trying to collect all the cars. Because I mean, just at this point, I'm just achieving.
Yeah, one.
Damn, my last 3 cards were 3 yellows, and they were 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, we're playing to 200, I think.
All right.
Or
I think default is 300. So
Yeah.
even if you didn't set it, it's all right. When the other guy's ready, we can just back out whenever too.
yeah. I got this guy messaging me like, how do I get faster internet? Just like,
Buy faster internet.
yeah, buy faster internet. That's all you can do.
Oh, let me tell you, I got a story on this actually. So, when we moved here, shortly after we moved here, we were offered. I had like the representative come to the door, and it was for Frontier, and they had just installed fiber out here, and I was like, absolutely, give me fiber.
Right. I had to wait. I had to wait until 2018 to get fiber.
Well, this was just like a year or two ago. Like we only had it for a little bit of time, but the issue is now, like, I loved fiber. You know, the asynchronous up and download speed and
Yeah.
upload speed at the same speed was great. But now, when we signed our lease this year, they signed, our leasing company went into a contract deal with Spectrum. So we were
Ugh.
forced to switch, and I was very sad about it. And so far, like, and they said we can get whatever internet we want, but we still have to pay the leasing company their fee for their contract.
Right.
So I would just
Ugh.
be paying 2 internet bills if I wanted fiber back. But now I'm back on cable. It's still it's 1 gig. It's actually higher than what I had,
Yeah.
but it's
I'm on
been
1 gig.
worse. It's been so much worse. So first off, the guy that installed it couldn't figure it out right away. It took him like an hour to 2 hours to get it finally sorted, to get it going. And then the turnaround, and he installed a new line out in the yard.
Okay.
And he didn't bury it. He just put it. There was just an orange Ethernet cable running from the box in front of our house by the mailboxes
Right.
to the front of our house. It was just in the yard, just ran across the yard. I'm like, and I get, like, he didn't say anything. He didn't tell me. I noticed it when I went to go mow. I'm like, oh, there's a wire here.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And since we've had it for a few weeks now, I've gotten disconnected at least once a week.
Yeah.
I'm
Our fiber,
so unhappy.
we've been having a lot of rainstorms down here, and it cuts out every once in a while. But it runs fine. Besides like the small disconnects, it like disconnects for like 5 minutes, and then it goes back on.
Oh no!
But I have CenturyLink, which I call Sentry Dick.
Oh yeah.
And you know they have gig fiber, which I've been on, and you know I survived Hurricane Ian, and we lost internet for 3 months, and I was really devastated, and I had to use library Wi-Fi to use internet. I couldn't stream, I couldn't do anything unless, you know, if I needed the internet, I had to go to the library.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I could feel that. When we first came to, or like right after we had first come to Texas, we moved to a middle of nowhere called Hillsboro.
Okay.
And the only way we could have internet was, oh god, what's that company called? That satellite internet? HughesNet. We had HughesNet.
Oh yeah.
And oh man, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It was like, our bandwidth was like 1 gig max. So you could like check emails.
Ugh.
Yeah, you could check emails. That was what it was for. You could not watch YouTube. You could not do anything. And we had no service because we were in the middle of the Dust Bowl. So we had nothing. Literally nothing. I just sat around and played like Minecraft all day. That was actually when I decided to go to college. I was just sitting around all day.
Right.
God, it was the worst. Yeah, I hated it. HughesNet was so expensive to set up too.
Yeah. We had Comcast for a while, and God, I hated them with a passion.
Yeah, I hate Comcast and oh wait, you know Comcast is Xfinity, right?
Yeah, Comcast is Xfinity. But yeah,
God, I hate Spectrum so far. They've been the worst.
Yeah. So, however, the best internet you can get in America is 25 gigs.
Oh wow.
Guess where you can get it?
Where?
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah.
That's funny.
It's super conservative, super like everything, but somehow it's city utility internet. So there's no Comcast, there's no telecom industry. It's all city utility, like water and power.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the city runs the internet, and they put down 25 gig internet like easily. And I'm just like, why can't everybody in the continental U.S., Hawaii and Alaska, why can't we all have that?
Yeah, I don't know.
you know, it's
That's
it's
the same
because
thing watching someone visit the UK too. They bury their power lines, so you don't have the power line poles like all along the
Right,
road
yeah.
everywhere. Like, why can't we do that?
you know, it would make America look nicer.
It would. I mean, I know it's a big country, but geez, we've had a lot of time.
Yeah. Oh
Who knows
God.
where funding's going anymore?
Yeah.
I have no idea what he has. He has my old cards. I don't remember though. Oh, it might be red. Never mind.
I should. I had a green card.
Damn.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It was 200.
Oh, okay.
All right. Where's Steve?
Where be other friend?
Yeah. Where be Steve?
I wish we had a fourth. I don't know. Anyone
Yeah.
that has this.
I was gonna have a fourth, but she hasn't. She never responded to me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Maple was gonna join us.
Ah, okay. I've not met her.
Yeah. So, let's see. I have yellow cards. Oh, come on, really?
Oh, he says no.
And I'm denied. Because all my cards are yellow.
Oh, here you go. You can have some different ones.
Okay. Yeah, I had all yellow and one blue card. So, I get the same hand, basically.
Oh, well, you can give it all to him now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right.
It's funny because I'm trying to play and pay attention to Discord, see where Steve is.
Oh yeah, because if you have OBS running, right, it won't give you the no sound. I've kept because I'm using my Stream Deck to mute Discord if I need to mute myself.
Right. Yeah.
And so like I'm looking, I have it like windowed, Discord windowed, and like over top of my preview on OBS, so I can see if it actually my button actually mutes me or not, just in case.
Okay. I've been thinking about getting a Stream Deck, but like I have everything set up where it's like where I don't need to mess with any settings unless something goes wrong.
There's like important ones that are perfect for a Stream Deck for me. One of them is like to mute my mic globally, like just mute it on the PC. So that way nothing hears it, and then turning on and off the webcam, right? And then being able to mute and unmute like different sources is just something I feel like I need to have.
Okay, that sort of makes sense.
Yeah, or what some people do. Some people have a foot pedal too. I hear a foot pedal's really nice to have.
Oh my gosh, like a Stream Deck foot pedals, like who would have thought?
Yeah.
Like I never would have thought like that could be a thing, and then it's like if I had a foot pedal for if I had foot pedal Stream Decks, like I'd be like driving a car.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be the dream right there. I'd love like one of my favorite games to play is this guy's in for bad news. I got 2 red 7s.
Oh jeez.
Whoever he trades with is gonna trade right back and win the game.
Was gonna play 0.
One of my favorite games is SnowRunners, that trucking game,
Okay.
and I've always wanted to have like a full like rig setup that has like the wheel and everything.
Yeah. My nephew has a wheel. So yeah, he likes his wheel, and he's got all these racing games because he's a big car nut. And
yeah, I don't want it for the racing game, but I do want it just for the trucking game. I want the wheel.
Right. Although I think the greatest car game is probably Auto Royale. H1Z1 Auto Royale.
Oh yeah, I don't really play any like battle royale games. Like I played Fortnite with my friends wanted me to play. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Uno.
Well, because I don't want the AI to win.
That's fair. Yeah, there's like I would play Fortnite just because my friends wanted to play it.
What
but,
color is your card,
like,
by the way?
green. Oh well.
That's the only green one I had.
Oh well, try again. That's not what I needed. Oh, but that's fine though.
Uno.
Yeah, I get to oh well, he has a green 6.
Okay.
And he didn't call Uno. I get too stressed out in battle royales, especially if you're like the last one alive.
I'm gonna play blue.
That worked.
But yeah, Auto Royale, H1Z1 Auto Royale, like, it was great. 2 to 4 player car game, like, it's like two like teams of 2 or 4 in a car. You have 4 players or 2 players in a car, and it's like you have to make your car survive.
Right.
And sorry about that.
Oh man, I could have gave you the 2 cards. I could have played a 0.
Yeah. So what you could do was you could build up your car, and then like you could be like the last car standing. That goes to you. All right. You could be like the last car standing and win. And it was great because it wasn't the weapons were attached to your car. Like each individual person had a set of weapons, and so you do drive-bys.
Yeah.
And you'd fight other people by doing drive-bys. There's a blue one for you if you got a blue.
I sure don't.
Oh.
Sorry though, I got a. Oh well, I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit green, and I was hovering over the blue, I guess.
Well, you know what? Here's green.
That works. Be an interesting concept is a type of game that's like the auto royale, but it's like a movable like tank type of track.
Okay.
It's like, and you build up the base like physically, like it's a moving platform, and you build up the base on that, and then people travel around and battle each other. That'd be a pretty neat concept, I think.
That would be an interesting concept.
I like thinking up game ideas. I'm actually working on a few titles because I'm trying to do more with like Twitch interaction and making stuff for people to play.
I like what you're doing. Like providing Twitch integration games.
Yeah, because it's like so it's like a mix though, because like I could learn actual Twitch integration. But the problem I see with that, and also like keeping it simple, is like if you have an official Twitch integration type of thing, it's harder for me to test because I have to go through the approval.
Right.
I have to go through the proper approval process for Twitch, and then anytime a chatter wants to play, it's one of those ones where they have to like click on the stream thing, and it like takes them to a website, and you say I authorize to use my information. Yada. And then like that just makes it more complicated. Whereas mine just sits in chat. It just sits in chat and it just works. It just sits there and it works. That's all it needs to do.
Yeah, it's simple.
So and I'm not taking anyone's information. Like it just takes what they say, and that's really it. Like so.
Yeah, it's just the chat command. Yeah.
So I'd rather it just do that, because then it just keeps it nice and simple. So there is I want to potentially learn maybe some I want to potentially learn some like local co-op type of, not local co-op, but like you can one player hosts and the other 3 can join, like a 4-player co-op type of thing.
Yeah.
I want to maybe learn it for Unreal Engine maybe, or Unity. I haven't decided, and I had a game idea. I wanted to maybe get like 4 streamers together to play.
I would say do Unreal Engine, because that'd probably be the easiest.
Well, I know both. So like I know more coding as far as like I know more coding as far as like Unity goes. I know
Okay.
Unreal coding, I know the blueprinting system, but I'm not as familiar with it.
Okay.
I know more as far as like building and prototyping games in Unity just because of how long I've used it.
Right.
So I could go either way with it, honestly. It just depends on kind of what tutorial I want to go through with it.
Yeah.
But the game idea I want to have is, have you ever seen that game, Kebab Simulator, whatever, where you like people like they cook?
No.
It's like
Okay.
it's like where it's like 4 players like cook in a restaurant type of one of those type of games.
Okay, so like overcooked a little bit.
Sort of, yeah. Oh well, I don't have a choice here. He has blue.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't play blue then.
He just gave me all blue. So like there's a lot of games out there like that, but I want to have it like a street,
fine.
like it's like a line of restaurants
job.
and have each streamer. I have like each streamer have their own restaurant, like they can pick a theme when the game starts, and then they each have their own restaurant to deal with, and then like I'll have like ways for them to like steal customers from each other and like advertise, like they can like hold up signs and try and steal each other's customers, and I want to do something like that.
That sounds like my friend's card game. A friend of mine's trying to publish a card game called Retail, where it's exactly just like that, but it's cards.
Oh man, I made a card game actually similar to this too. That was what I called it. Oh wait, that's fine. He has a blue. Oh, he keeps top decking. So I made a card game. I had to make a couple card games early on in college, and one of them I called it Iron Soup, and everyone had a bowl, a pot for their soup, and you would draw cards that would be ingredients, and it would be good ingredients and bad ingredients.
Okay.
And you would play your turn. You would either play a good ingredient on yours. You had like 3 slots for your soup, like 3 ingredients in your soup, and you could either play a good ingredient on yours to replace one of your ingredients, or you could play a bad ingredient on someone else's soup.
Okay.
And so it would like bring down the quality number every turn of their soup, and then there would be a card you could draw that was like a review. It would be like it was a picture of Chef Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
And you would throw it down, and it would basically, if anyone was below a threshold, like they would get docked for it or something like that, or they'd lose.
This soup is so bad.
Yeah,
You know,
so
this
it was
soup
a
is
lot of
so
fun.
bad. Goldilocks wouldn't drink it.
So yeah, you just had 3 ingredients, so you had to constantly either replacing your bad ingredients with good ones, or you were playing bad ingredient. And it was like it'd be like moldy sock and all kinds of stuff.
Moldy
like it'd be.
sock.
There's,
Oh, that's great. I like that.
I thought about turning it into a full like a game that someone could play.
Yeah. So my friend's game, it's called Retail. Basically, the game board is a mall, and each player is the manager of a store in the mall. And so they have to make the most money. Like each deck is a different store, so they get to pick what deck they want. And so the whole purpose was to make the most money off the most sales.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, it's the same exact concept that I was saying about, but with restaurants. But yeah, they would be fantastic games to turn into like a stylized type of like 3D game. And then if I could learn, like like just not like local co-op where everyone connects to the host, so that way I don't have to worry about buying servers or anything like that, like Phasmo or anything like that.
Yeah, and as long as the host had good, decent internet, like they could run it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then if I could do that, and then you can get 4 streamers to play it, where they each have their own thing to manage, but they can also mess with each other. Because that's been my philosophy ever since I heard it. Is I heard from somebody is that like to make a successful game, at least nowadays when you're making these, is you want to have lots of clippable moments is like what you
Right,
want.
exactly.
So you want to make many clippable moments as possible, which is
Alright.
which really changed my direction because that's what led me to add when I was doing the downhill race game, the Gearheads.
Yeah.
I added ragdoll to it. So normally the cars would just explode, but now when they explode, I made a whole ragdoll physics to them. So like a whole body comes flying out. Because
Okay.
I think that would be funnier. And now it's funnier because now you'll be watching whoever's in first place, and someone previously had died, and you'll just see their body, like slide past them just down the road as you're
Yeah.
watching the player in first.
And
So
there's. Would you add a blood trail of like their body sliding down?
I thought about it, but then I realized for Twitch reasons I probably shouldn't.
Okay. All right. You know what? That makes sense.
I'm trying to catch a good moment of it on stream when I do it. I'm trying to find. Oops, sorry.
So you can clip
I'm trying
it,
to find. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good moment so I can clip it. So I want to add, that sound, that slow like window squeak, that like squeegee noise
Yeah.
as they slide by.
Yeah.
I really want to do that.
By the way, speaking of Twitch clips, I have a Twitch highlight reel of the year that I uploaded like last week. Or
Yeah.
no, I uploaded it Tuesday, and it's all my best Twitch clips of the year from different games. So if you want some Twitch clip moments, go watch that because it's really funny.
I have to go check it out. Yeah, I've been watching some of your the stuff you've been posting on YouTube. What's that game, that driving game?
Pacific Drive.
Yeah,
That
I was
is a good
thinking,
indie game.
Yeah, that's funny because I was thinking of making a game like that, and I was like describing it to people, and I was like, yeah, like I would like where you have like an RV and stuff like that, and you're like doing something similar where you're upgrading it or adding it. It's like a mobile base type of
Yeah.
thing. And then I think I was mentioning it to Doom
Oh.
one day, and he's like, he said, what about this game Pacific Drive? It sounds like that. I'm like, oh no way! It's like someone made it.
Yeah.
Because that actually happened too with the card game too, not the Iron Suit, but before that I made another one and it got really popular in class and I called it Slap. Like it was just called Slap ! And it would be a bunch of face-up cards with words on it, and then whoever was like on the lead of their team would like try and give a hint or a clue. It was like backwards charades kind of.
Okay.
And what was it? I finally got to see someone. Now this was back in like 2000 and like I want to say like 2015 or 16. And
Okay.
I just seen someone play a game called Code Names, and it's exactly the same,
Right. Yeah.
which makes me really sad. I was like, I really like that game Slap. I still have printed. I actually like it was so popular in class. I paid for official cards to be made. So I have 2 decks of official cards. I made a game version that had like just video game references, and then a normal version, and I had them like officially printed. I have a nice deck of cards for it too.
Hey, Marwal! Marwal with the raid. Welcome on in, Marwal. How are you doing? How was Mech Warrior? Everybody, go give Marwal a follow if you haven't.
I'll double down on Marwal. Go check out Marwal. He's helped me with some coding things before. He's given me some helpful tips.
He's not paying much attention.
Hey, if I could have those back.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I've watched Marwal play Mech Warrior and Siphon Filter, the original PlayStation games, and God, I forgot how good Siphon Filter was back in the day. I don't know if you ever played Siphon Filter.
I'm actually, surprisingly enough, for working on games, I'm not very well game versed. You would think I would be.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, Siphon Filter was basically Metal Gear Solid without being Metal Gear Solid. Warrior 5 was great. We finished it faster than I thought. Oh, nice. So the main campaign and all DLC campaigns have been finished. Nothing more to do aside from random missions. So moving on to the new...
Oh, it said you disconnected there.
You've been active for 3 turns and you will be... Oh, okay. Alright, well, good news. I got Steve here. He's going to join us right in a second, so...
Nice. I'm gonna whip these AIs butt in the
Yeah.
meantime.
So thanks for the shout out. How's Uno going? Uno's going great. We've been talking about game design and games that we're looking forward to with Hardcore Dev, and buddy merch guy Steve's going to join us in a second because he just got on. But yeah, other than that, Uno's been fun. We've been just, it's like Uno night in the poker room. We've just been, talking stuff about games and Ubisoft games. And talking game design and stuff. So, yeah, that's what we've been doing. And the AI's been kicking our butt.
As usual.
As usual, yeah. Looking forward to making plans.
AI will defeat the human race.
Going to be doing that on Saturdays with props. Nice. Mid-October, that's when we're going to be doing our... that's when we're going to be doing Baldur's Gate 3, the Twitch integration campaign with my cousins. So, I'm going to be a dwarf paladin. I know my cousin Marty, my Twitch mod Marty, he's going to be a gnome warlock, and I think my cousin Allie's going to be a half-elf bard. Don't quote me on that, but I know my character.
Challenge! Oh.
Yeah. Come on, Steve, where are you?
Oh, come on. Man, your AI is doing way better than you were.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, it kicked me out. If you want to back out.
Oh, yep.
Hello?
Hey, there he is!
Hello.
What is up, y'all?
we just ended a game, perfect timing.
That's awesome. Sorry,
Yeah.
Never-ending Pasta Bowl almost was never-ending. So,
Were you at Olive Garden?
yeah,
Oh, God.
I ate so much pasta and breadsticks.
Well, I don't want to get...
Happy 7 years.
Yeah. Did you eat 7 years of breadsticks?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I have one more breadstick. I think I'm going to burst.
Well, hey, at least it ain't cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster, because Red Lobster's dead.
Yeah.
Shame, really.
Oh, big shame.
Yeah, big shame. Okay.
I think I've eaten there a total of 1 time in my life.
Okay, we're gonna take 7-0 off.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Was that the computer?
Yeah. We were playing against the AI when you were still trying to get here. So I sent you guys invites.
I am coming.
Gotcha. And I'm
Just
in.
found out
I should
there's
be.
a
It's
new
loading.
We're 5 clan. Dropped that game about 4 days ago. I've been watching Gamescom. So far, I'm really, I have enough money to get Space Marine 2, and I'm really looking forward to the other game I'm looking forward to, and I'm an Indiana Jones fan, so I want the Indiana Jones game. I have it wishlisted.
Oh, it's
Nice.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
So,
another game. I'd rather watch someone play it, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start match. Okay, so everybody, we got Merch Guy Steve, we got
Yo.
Hardcore Dev.
Yep.
Steve, we've been talking about games and game stuff and game dev stuff, of course. So,
Nice.
so you had Olive Garden.
Yes.
Me and Hardcore Dev, we both had pork. I had pulled pork. He had pork chops.
Ooh, nice.
And we've been talking about games that we want for this year. So, how about you? What's your interest right now for game wise?
Man, I am so far out of everything. Like, everything looks so cool, but
Right.
I still have such a backlog of stuff to go through. Every time I'm like, ooh, I want that game. And I'm like, oh, but I'm still in the middle of playing this, or like, oh, I've really wanted to play this game that I installed but haven't played yet.
Yeah, that's me to a T, because I still have to play Armored Core 6 that Marwal gifted me, by the way. We're trust me, we're gonna do it next year, like, because I have so many games on my playlist right now.
Yeah.
I just got the Doom 1 and 2 remaster.
Oh yeah, on
Oh,
Game
nice.
Pass, I saw that got added. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah. So my buddy Connor wanted to play it, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, we gotta play this." And I'm like, "Oh, it's $9." Like, done, bought.
Hmm.
How are we feeling about that new Doom game, the like medieval times one?
That looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
I'm very interested.
That's gonna do 5. Okay. But Marwal, thank you for the raid, Raiders. I'm a Legend Man. This is my 7th year Twitch anniversary. I'm here with my buddies, Hardcore Dev and Merch Guy Steve. Hardcore Dev is a Twitch integration Twitch developer and gamer, and he's got his own job at a good company. So far, as we know.
And not right now. I don't fucking hate the place I work at now.
Yeah.
I had a good job.
So, and we also have Merch Guy Steve, the self-proclaimed sexiest male Pokemon trainer.
You know it. Charizard ain't got nothing on me.
I don't know. Have you seen Charizard thighs though?
That thick Charizard though.
Right? Yeah, you got a lot to compete
God.
against there.
Yeah. Okay. I hate to talk about this. There's a Reddit thread.
Let me stop you right there when you say Reddit.
Yeah.
Do you want to know a Pokemon fun fact?
No.
It's like, so I was on Reddit the other day. I'm like, let me stop you there.
Yeah. No, there's a subreddit where there's like
no, damn it.
It's a Pokemon and Dragon love fest with vehicles.
Okay. I'm a mute now.
It's so wrong.
I can back out of the last 30 seconds of hearing.
Yeah. Can we just
Rewind.
live edit this? Like, just...
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. Just...
Oh, that's me.
The Charizard thighs, that reminded me of that dumb subreddit.
Yeah.
Man, I almost missed my turn. I was so just flabbergasted at what I just heard. I was just staring blankly at my screen.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. Red. Okay, we'll play 5.
I know this says AI Snow, but I keep reading it as Al Snow.
Me too! Oh my gosh!
Every time I glance at their profile picture, I think it's a Band-Aid. Every time I glance at it.
Yeah, it looks like a microphone or a Band-Aid. Yeah, I can totally see either one.
Oh, excuse me.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Space Marine 2 and Indiana Jones and
Bethesda's doing Indiana Jones, right?
I think so. No, don't quote me on that.
Oh, that's not
I think I remember seeing like the Bethesda little logo at the bottom of the screen during one of the trailers.
Yeah.
But I might be wrong.
It's probably one of their their smaller studios that's doing it. It's like Machine Games or something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Halfway through the game, you wake up from a dream and you're back in Skyrim.
Oh good, you're awake.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. Oh, good, you're awake.
Oh, speaking of that reference, did you see the Goat Sim or Goat Simulator remaster?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
what they would. I don't know why I thought they would. I thought they already had a remaster for some reason. I don't know.
No, there's
why.
just been like 6 of them.
Yeah, there's been like they have like 10 expansions and.
Well,
like,
they had a
there's,
bunch
like,
of
third one
DLC,
out.
and then they came out with the sequel. That's not a sequel. It's Goat Simulator 3, and they skipped 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and here's
So
the
I had
thing.
some people say the like RPG one was really good too.
Yeah.
Some people were saying it was really good.
There's an RPG one?
Yeah, there's an RPG expansion.
Oh,
Oh, that's
jeez.
pretty sick.
Yeah. But yeah, they skipped 2 and went to 3, and they called it 3 because they wanted to make fun of Valve. Because Valve
that's
can't
funny.
count to 3.
Yeah, I tried to play 3 with some friends, like the 3 of us playing together, and the connection was not good.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's your last color? Oh, never mind.
Environmentalism, green.
Well, Doesn't matter. I don't get to go anyway. It's up to Band-Aid Man.
Oh, come on. Oh, poopy.
So feel free to keep picking those up.
Yeah, keep going. You need more.
So yeah, and I'm looking forward to a jump ship.
What's that one about?
Okay, Steve, I know you played Sea of Thieves, right?
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
Okay, it's Sea of Thieves in space.
Okay.
So you have a spaceship and 3 friends, and there's no PvP.
Oh wow. That's great.
Yeah. So it's FTL and Sea of Thieves. Have you ever played FTL Faster Than Light?
I have that? I don't know if I have that. I thought at one point I owned it. Go back to the very beginning of time of my games.
Oh, and you know what? I want to give you guys shout-outs, so hang on.
Oh,
I'm
it's my
actually
turn.
curious.
Shit. Oop.
Curious what clip they will use for that.
Let's
the
give a
clips
shout
and
out
the
to Rich Guy
shout-outs.
Steve, and then
Chris!
I know all the times it's used clips
pulled
from me
one!
before is from when I used to stream all the time.
We
It was a
pulled
long
one!
time ago.
and
We
then,
pulled a chunk of chew!
Hey, Hardcore Dev, can you send me your link, your Twitch link, real quick?
What, in Discord?
Yeah, in Discord. Yeah.
You asked me fast. Suddenly, I've never used a computer for my life. There you go.
You have one of those blank moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works. So I will give you a shout out there as well.
All right, I haven't streamed in a long time. I don't know how to do anything anymore.
So, yeah,
By
go
the
give
fireplace, to the left of the
Merch Guy
fireplace.
Steve and Hardcore Dev a follow.
Never
I
mind,
really
she's coming up
appreciate it.
here.
Look at her creeping.
Thanks, y'all.
Not a problem.
Yeah, I think I followed you back. You followed.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Trying to remember if I did or not.
Yeah. Yeah. These guys are all in my self promo channel, so you know they're part of my community, and so they're lovely people. Go give them a follow. I really appreciate it if you do, because we're trying to build a community, and God willing, if I get Twitch partner, I'm gonna start my own production company.
Oh, let's go. I'll be your
There we
3D
go.
artist.
Yeah. That's the whole goal of me doing Twitch. Trying to get Twitch partner, trying to build a community, and build a production company, put people to work.
I'll be quote unquote talent.
Just to say talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raw talent.
Yeah.
Because we need to get you out of the retail market, dude.
Yeah, man. It's rough.
I feel that.
Yeah.
You'd have to dodge it so far.
Because I worked retail for 2 years and it killed my body. Like working with doing physical labor with a physical disability is just kills you. Like kills the soul. Can't play that. Okay. Play that though.
Yeah, I was almost gonna have to resort to a job like that. I got really lucky where I'm at now, but it got real close there. I wasn't finding anything for a while, but I did. I think going through school though, I had to do valet. I did valet at an airport. That sucked. I just hate dealing with people. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, my last job, like I said, I was working at a tax office, you know, being a receptionist. I was basically Dolly Parton of taxes.
Nice.
Orwell says, man, I just saw something. Last tree. Plans tree. Perfect first mission. That would be awesome.
Legend Man not miss a turn. Challenge impossible.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading chat there.
On this, the day of his 7-year Twitch anniversary.
Yes,
That's
it's
what you
priority
get.
straight.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I would love to do Mech Warrior, like if we could have like a full-on online like Mech Warrior online game. Like not actual Mech Warrior online, but like an updated like game engine for it, where it's, you know, the latest Mech Warrior, you know, engine build for Mech Warrior Online. Like I would do that. I would play that. Like if I could have like a Mech Warrior squad of like players, like doing PvE, I would completely do that.
I've never played Mech Warrior, but I used to play a game called Chrome Hounds a lot.
Oh, I remember that game.
Hounds, wow.
I loved Chrome Hounds, like my favorite game.
That was a launch title for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? I think there was that one, and what got me into those titles was an original. I think it was on the original Xbox game. I got it from GameFly. It was called Battle Engine Aquila, something like that.
Aquila?
Yeah, you were like a blue mech, and you could like fly and like land on, and you had spider legs, and you do missions and stuff. And that got me into Chrome Hounds.
So, fun story about Mech Warrior 5. The original company who had the license to Mech Warrior was my uncle's company.
Really?
Yeah. It was bought by Piranha Games.
Right, yeah. Piranha Games, yeah.
Yeah. It was funny. I was like, Mech Warrior 5, why does that sound familiar? And I'm like, I think my uncle like worked on that or something.
I don't have any greens. I keep
Not
getting
still
blue
hunting
and
for
yellow.
green.
Okay, there we go. Alright, Marvel says there's a thing in Clan Society where it is at the end of training.
I thought nice.
They have to fight up to 3 mechs in a row with breaks or rest. How will they do dictates their starting rank. To the trial position at the end by Merc. Clans or co-op. Oh, nice. See, that's right, yeah. I gotta do another thing.
Challenge failed again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a counter on screen next time.
Yeah, do that.
Oh man, you just skip me and then you're just gonna step on my throat,
Yep.
huh?
Take more.
What else was a good mech game? Hawken was good.
That's okay.
Eat it, AI.
Yeah.
I hope he has
Al.
one too.
Al Snow. Al Snow
We
works
can
in
talk
Al Snow
about
works in
the
middle
real
management.
game of the year, though, guys. Is definitely Redfall. Even though.
Oh
it came out
yeah,
last
game of the year.
Game of the year, yep,
And-
definitely.
Game of the year. R.I.P. Redfall.
Oh wait, what did I do?
Not Back for Blood or Left for Dead.
Yeah.
Back 4 Blood
But with
wasn't bad.
vampires.
It wasn't as fun, but it still was playable at least.
Yeah, Back for Blood wasn't as memorable. I mean,
Have
Left
you
4 Dead 1
ever-
and 2 were like so memorable because of the characters.
Well, did you watch the video? There was a breakdown of why Back 4 Blood doesn't feel like Left 4 Dead.
Right?
So, and the reason why people were like, "Oh yeah, Turtle Rock," and it's like the
Yeah.
same people who worked on it. It's not the same people. It's not even remotely close. So, the reason that like they pointed out a bunch of different things that made Left 4 Dead so iconic, like how zombies react to bullets, how they
Yeah.
stumble around, like how their AI is, like, and then it's like, here's how this was so memorable and so good. Well, the AI engineer for that was Valve, wasn't Turtle Rock. So, and like they point out all these things that made it so memorable and so iconic, these backhand systems and all that, and the people responsible for that were actually Valve, not
Right.
Turtle Rock. So that's why they're like, Back 4 Blood isn't the same.
Yeah. Marvel says the game of the year was Forspoken.
Oh god, that's the one where she had the chick, right, with the wrist thingy or whatever, wrist powers or whatever.
Yeah,
Bracelet.
like she had like the weird Spider-Man like powers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, the acting was so cringe. Speaking of cringe, what's that other game that just came out too? The We Are Dustborn. That's everywhere. Everyone's talking about that one right now.
Oh,
There was a dialogue tree where someone was talking, and there was a button prompt that popped up over their head for your player to get
Challenge?
triggered.
Okay. I got 6 cards.
something.
Boo.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's definitely unique.
And she
Definitely
totally did
an
the
odd
thing
choice.
with her mind. Yo, yeah. What's that one game everybody was playing? It was like Unearthed or it was one of those crafting games. Nightingale.
Let's say a crafting game. Name like the last 10 titles that have come out.
Yeah.
Crafting survival, like the #1 genre right now.
Yeah. Now there's that new game coming out. Hold on, someone talk about it. Where is it?
I'd be interested to try that one crafting survival if they didn't reset the server every month
Once
or whatever.
human? Yeah.
That looked pretty interesting if they weren't gonna reset your entire base.
Yeah, it's like every
Deadline?
6 weeks they reset. And it's like,
Yeah. Why would you have that when people are meant to, build up their whole base? Like, if you're building a base and you're telling them you're gonna destroy it every 6 weeks, ain't no one gonna play that.
Mhm.
yeah.
I think it's called Dead. No, never mind. That's a Valve game. I don't
Yeah. There was a game on N64, like EDF. It was called Bounty Harvest. And that was a lot of fun, but it was also boring because you had to play through the story. The story was boring, but the action combat was so much fucking fun.
Mm.
But yeah, Earth Defense
that's-
Force 6 is
That'd be hard to describe when if you ask somebody what a game that the gameplay loop and the gameplay mechanics are really fun, but the story is like skippable.
yeah.
EDF. Bugs
Yeah.
are attacking the world. You have to kill them.
Oh,
Do
that
it.
reminds me. What's that one game that was out that had a show that came out alongside of it at the same time too? Was it called Defiance? or
Yeah,
something like that?
Defiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I played that for a while. I love that. There was like world bosses and
You know
stuff.
what?
I
I
love
played
that
the beta of that. Like before the show came out, they had a beta of it, of the game version, and it was actually okay.
I played it for a good while. It was fun to play,
Yeah,
but
it
I never
was.
had. It's another classic symptom. I don't have friends to play with. Like, well, no one's playing this.
Well, you got friends to play Uno with.
Oh boy, I was tired of
That's like
seeing
a-
Al Snow.
The First Descendant.
Oh
Like
man,
I started playing that and I'm like, oh god, what is this?
That one, that's a smart company right there. Honestly,
Yeah.
you ignore all the you ignore all the hate and you just cater to what sweaty gamers are gonna buy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would do it if I had to do it. Oh my god.
Wow. Plus.
Take that, Al Snow.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I give props to them
That's a
for
clip.
releasing stuff like that because they don't care. Who
Yeah.
cares what anyone else says? They know people are gonna buy it and they're making money.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about capitalism, and it's sad to say, we should all be about humanity first.
Hey, I mean, when it comes to games, like even when I was working on games, like listen, I understand what a community wants, and I feel bad for communities when we do things. But at the same time, if my boss told me to make a loot crate, like fuck it, I'm making a loot crate. Like I want I want a paycheck. So
Mhm. Speaking of Left 4 Dead, one of my friends just started playing Left 4 Dead 2.
nice.
Oh no.
All right, guys, whatever you do, don't change it.
They're gonna skip me. Gonna go right to Steve.
Ah, shit. Wait.
All right, this may have worked in my favor.
They're gonna skip me. Okay.
Yeah, he had like 20 cards. I'm sure he's got plenty of skips.
Yeah, the show tried doing Defiance. Yeah, the show tried doing Battlestar Galactica thing with. We burned the budget on the first and last episodes in the series, but they really didn't have to do anything to fill the in between. Right? Yeah. I mean, it was a good show.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about trying the Halo show, but I've heard such bad things about it.
Yeah, season.
You could watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
The
people
first
said you could
episode's
watch
great.
it. What's it? People said watch it, but don't compare it to Halo. Just treat it
Yeah.
like some other sci-fi show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like how the Transformers movies are. It's like if there wasn't Transformers and they made the Transformers movies without having the cartoon predecessor, like it would have been okay.
Damn.
But to have such iconic like source material and then
And ignore it.
Kinda
Completely
just-
ignore it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, it's crazy how
Like-
shows do that.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
What? I don't know why people don't like this.
I was
You
trying
promised
to
them apples and you gave them pears.
Yeah.
not the Last of Us show or anything.
No, the Last of Us show is great.
Yeah, but I don't like the fact that the director specifically told the actors not to play the game.
Mm.
Like, so disrespectful.
Well, yeah, that part, like I can understand both sides of that.
I mean, if they want to make a whole new original story, that's fine. But, like,
Yeah.
don't disregard your source. There's so many tie-ins and little references that you can make by knowing the source.
Yeah, true.
Like, you just cut off all your possibilities doing that. Like, especially if you have a really good show that has tie-ins,
Yeah.
then, you know, it's a two-way system so that, you know, now, you know, you're feeding off of Easter eggs and references off the game, and then
Right.
future games come out, and then they might feed off of your content, you know, to tie it in. Like, you help each other.
Yeah. Unlike the Street Fighter series, which came out with crappy movies, and then they came out with a game based on the movie, which was weird.
They just leaned into it.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room with Borderlands.
Oh
Oof.
God.
I refuse.
That's
I don't even
a
know.
shame. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is such a shit show.
I don't even watch that on streaming.
Like, I wanted to see the movie, but then like I saw the bad reviews and then everything, you know, what they were talking about, and then I
knew.
sort of, I got it. Like,
As soon as I saw the cast, I knew they were gonna fuck it up. I knew.
yeah,
It's like, this is no way.
yeah.
in
And,
what
and Borderlands
world
4
do
got
you
announced
take-
too. Yeah.
Yeah, the new Borderlands. Like, I mean, it's just an announcement trailer. Can't much go on it. But I will say, I think it'll be all right. Cause see, people complain about Borderlands 3, but I thought it was good. You know, like, I didn't really care for the story, which you never really do with Borderlands. But
Yeah, you just
I mean, the
Shoot shit.
gameplay felt good. Like, it didn't feel bad.
But yeah, I loved Borderlands 1 and 2, except for the except when the first Borderlands came out, like for like 6 months, like you couldn't do the online play because the online play was so broken, like connectivity wise. You had to do port forwarding for like the first 6 months, and then they patched it where it actually did work, and then
No,
you
man.
could try and play it.
Oh, I won.
Borderlands 3 is best play was each volume set to 0, honestly, yeah. And I wanted to play Tiny Tina's Wonderland, but like my PC at the time couldn't take it, so
Oh,
now
yeah, I haven't gotten to play that. Yeah, I want to play that. I still haven't got to play it. So if you play that, I will definitely, like, I would stream that with you.
yeah.
that looks sick. Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah, I never got a chance to play it. I always wanted to.
Same.
Speaking of which, I had an idea for a Twitch integration game, like one of those like one of the games that you make, Hardcore Dev, where it's like you have a character, and like the streamer or the streamer games, like you have a character and you build that character, and you can take him to you can take him to different streamers who have the same game, the streamer game, and then you can put
That'd
that
be funny.
character in different streams in the streamer game.
That'd be pretty cool.
Um,
I don't know how that would work, though. That would require some bit of networking that I can't
Yeah.
do.
That it would, but like you have like a D&D streamer game
Mm-hmm.
where it's like you have a character and you can put him in the game, and streamers can play it, on their stream.
Oh, so it's kind of like when on the DS that they had like Street Pass, you would get everyone's Mii's, and you could use those Mii's to
Exactly.
play this adventure
Exactly.
game. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So it would be one streamer game that any streamer can download for free, and then install it on their stream, and then the chat can put their characters in, and here's a D&D monster that you guys fight. Put your characters in the fight, and then
Oh, wouldn't that be like stream avatars though, wouldn't it? Because they have the same thing.
yeah, but with like D&D rules and D&D characters and monsters.
Yeah, see, that would be one I couldn't do because that definitely requires people to, like sign on to a website, like stream
Right.
avatars. Like that would require the whole shebang, which sucks too because Twitch has been slowly removing the access to their
Oh, they have? Oh, that
yeah,
sucks.
they've been their API is slowly getting more restrictive. So like the way I do it now with just a bot sitting in chat is still fine. But like doing the actual like pub sub like API in the background, it's gotten a lot harder. And there's like next to no. When I tried learning it, there was already next to no documentation for it. There was some, but goddamn, was it hard to figure out.
Right.
And I just gave up. So and then now it's like it doesn't even work anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the way I can keep doing it the way I have been with just like a spare Twitch account, which is I just think is easier, but it does limit me to what I can do.
Right. Okay.
Now, speaking of a game like that, I was thinking of another one. It was be more like an Idle Hero kind of game, and it was going to be like a dungeon crawler. It would look like Zelda dungeons,
Okay.
like the older ones, and it would basically like the AI would just play through the dungeon, but it would like do a bar at the bottom that would tick down like every 20 seconds to make a decision, and then chat would vote on what the next decision would be and then every 20 seconds it would execute that decision. And then just let it sit there and see how far it would get. I do like a procedurally generated dungeon.
Okay.
And just let it
sick.
dungeon crawl. I think that would be a pretty good idea. I want to do something like that. Have you seen? I need to finish the hide and seek game. So many people are asking me for the hide and seek game, and I need to finish it. So
Okay.
I have I had a 2D version that worked, and I used to work on it all the time, where it would basically be an AI like seeker that would look for people, and then chat could join as a bot and tell their bot where to hide, and then we would just watch the AI go around and try and find them, and then they could move, live and all that. And I did that, and it was 2D, like a top-down view, and it had like the flashlight would reveal the map. Like I don't know what game has that, but it's like the 2D mechanic where the flashlight shows the map.
Yeah.
And then eventually I made the switch to 3D. And I'm like, and then we were just in the eyes of the seeker in 3D looking for the people. And then I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, this would be way better if I just let the streamer play, like instead of the AI. So I let the streamer be the seeker, and then I'm gonna let chat hide. Like they could just pick a spot to hide. Well, they don't get to pick a spot to hide anymore because they don't get to see the map, but they can tell their bot to move or something like that. And then we just let the streamer play. And so I've rethemed it to like a dark Soviet dungeon, and I've added
Well, if you call it Soviet dungeon, call it the Gulag.
well, it's something similar. It's more like it just looks like a bunker at this point. So it's just a dark bunker. It doesn't specifically have a theme yet.
Like bomb shelter type deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like the half circle type thing and hallways. And I'm now retheming it to be more of like a scary game.
Okay.
So I want to do, and I've added. This one does have a lot of blood effects because I think it'd be way better that way.
Right.
And do you remember like the slowdown mechanic that's in the original Fear?
Oh yeah.
I'm doing that. So when you kill somebody, so like when you kill them, they take damage because you have a shotgun. But if they actually die, I do that slow-mo effect when they die, and then I just have a little grave. I have a little grave pop up, and it says the person's name, whoever it was in chat, so that way we can keep track. So you don't know who it is you've caught until you actually kill them.
Nice.
So it's still very, very early stages, but a lot of it's working. But I've had a ton of people give me ideas for that, of having some like almost fear inspired, like an Alma, like a little girl that kind of keeps scaring the player. And
Right,
I can
yeah.
definitely, I can add in, you know, channel point redemptions for people to scare the player, stuff like
Nice.
that.
That reminds me, what was that hide and seek game mode in GTA?
And it was just called hide and seek, wasn't it? But yeah, one person had like a gun, right?
Yeah, one person had the gun, and it was like the lights were off, and you had to find people in the dark. Like, Achievement Hunter like did a couple playthroughs of it.
Yeah, and they had the hiders had like a flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, if I have probably like 100 games in the pipeline that I just never get to finish. There's so many ideas you could have with chat. The issue is I either never finish them, or it's hard to get enough people to test it. That's why 9 times out of 10 I try to make them to give to other streamers, because I don't have the community to test it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, the game I like, the games I want to do, like if I could be a game dev, like I don't have the time to learn because I don't have money. Like if I had time and money, like I would learn this stuff. But like I want to make like another like H1Z1 Auto Royale game, and I want to make a skateboarding game where it focuses on community play and the history of skateboarding and the history of like the skateboard companies.
Okay.
So we're like,
That'd be pretty neat.
What you would
Wasn't
do?
that a similar? That was like a similar vibe. Sorry. It'd be like a similar vibe. I think I'm trying to remember. Was it the first like underground game? That was like you start off with trying to get like a magazine deal. Like it was like kind of like the
kind of like
the
that.
beginnings.
I mean, Skate 3 did it, where it's like the campaign was like you start your own skateboard company, and like immediately you start selling boards, but you have to make like video content, and that's how Skate 3 worked. But like what I would do is like you get a community of friends, and you start your own skateboard company. It's like an MMO, and you do your own like graphic design, your own board designs and stuff, and then you can put it to the others. You could put it to other skaters in the other skate community, and like you could sell your skate product to other people in game.
That would be a really cool concept, yeah, because then you could have like based on, you know, whatever clan, so to speak, or whatever company has like a lot of respect or a lot of cool content, and you go into your store and you're like, oh, there's their board, I want to buy their board, and
yeah, that's basically the thing. And then we could have real life boards be imported into the game. So like you could have like a Santa Cruz board, you could have a Birdhouse board, and like you can go back through the company's history and see all their boards, and you can go back and buy you can go buy like one of the retro boards.
Oh man, that sounds
Skate that.
Unfortunately, there'll be a lot of money in licensing.
Yeah, it would be.
Licensing is a pain in the ass. I was working on a musical game.
Yeah.
I just have this small story to tell. I was working on a musical game, and it was like kind of like Audio Surf with like Temple Run, and it was and it worked really good with certain music from Monster Cat, and I have a subscription to Monster Cat, so I was using some of the music just to test it out. But then I was like, well, I need to figure out licensing at some point, so I got into contact with Monster Cat, and I'm surprised they replied to me. But I'm like, hey, I'm working on this. I really like it. It works really well with Monster Cat music. I really like it. I'd like to talk about licensing, how this could work. You know, like, I wasn't asking for money or anything. I was just curious.
Okay.
Man, that was an eye opener. The guy actually called me. He called me on the phone, had an interview with me from Monster Cat Licensing, and was like, yeah, the license. He was just casually talking about, yeah, licensing, you know, like one of Marshmello's songs, we're looking at about $200,000. So like he just casually rolled it off like it was nothing. I'm like, okay,
oh my gosh,
I'm gonna go now.
That sounded like my first book deal, which failed. Because my first book costed me like $4,000. Like I had to get that money myself. And that was an eye-opener. and I mean, I got the book out, but I have other like scam companies asking me to republish my book with them, so that they make more money and I get nothing. That's basically the deal of these scam calls.
It's usually how it goes.
But it's exposure, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they'll pay you in
exposure. It's exposure. But yeah,
Exposure
I get
can't
nothing.
pay my bills, mofo.
Yeah,
Exposure doesn't pay the bills.
yeah. Exposure doesn't get me a house. Doesn't put food on the table.
Exposure doesn't get me unlimited pasta at Olive Garden for $13.99.
Oh man.
Right?
But you know, you do get with that heartburn.
Yeah. Oh, believe
That
me,
comes free of
I've signed that away.
And you can be a poster child for Pepsid
Yeah.
or Prilosec.
Consume Prilosec.
Prilosec.
Eat another breadstick.
Yeah. You can be Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay, my friend actually works for Darden Corporate.
Yeah. Okay.
She does like quality control for like the meats and stuff, like the food that they send out.
Okay.
And like after dinner today, I went back to their place, and she's like, "Do you want like some stuff?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She takes me into the garage, and she's got like this freezer, and it's just meat, like steaks, chicken, like ribs.
So
And I'm
you're
like,
saying you were introduced to heaven is what you're really
yeah. And I was like, how did you
Exactly.
get all this? She's like, this is like the stuff that doesn't meet like our quote unquote like quality checks.
Like,
And
oh no, this
instead of
rib
throwing
is
it out,
too
they just give it to everybody. And I'm like, I will take whatever you're willing to give me. I got steaks, I got lamb, I got Olive Garden breadsticks.
So what's his friend's number again? I mean, where they live at? Hey, I'll knock on the door tonight.
Yeah. Oh man, it was. They were like, bring a cooler, and I'm like, does a cooler bag work? And they're like, I think so. I made it work.
Please,
Man, it's
please-
like we had when we first moved to this area. There was a guy that came to I saw him at a neighbor's, and he came up to our door and asked, and he was explaining what he does. He does like the meal package kits. You know, they come once a month and drop off like the whole package of meat.
HelloFresh and
And-
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like that. Well, it was just for meat though. It was like this guy was just doing it like he was just like he was buying it, and like he was working for another company or something like that, and he was just in a little white pickup truck with like a sign on the side of it. So he was like a contractor. So like it wasn't HelloFresh because he was just specifically selling like boxes of meat. So like he
Oh god. Oh, so he was like Hickory Farms or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black
like that.
Angus.
I was just
or-
gonna say
mind.
Hickory
Yeah,
Farms.
'cause-
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, and like now I'm in like a bigger city, so like my eyes were as big as dinner plates. I'm like you mean you bring me a box of meat every month? I was like, what do you mean? I don't understand. Like I just couldn't understand. He's like, yeah, and he's like, here, I'll give you a discount. He said my run's ending, and all this stuff will go bad because the cooler's been sitting here all day. He said it's still fine now if you freeze it. And so he gave me a deal on like a box full of like pork chops, steaks, and like ribs, and it was still like $250, but it was like a 40 or 60 pound box, like it was full of shit, and I'm like, oh man, like I still have his card actually. I don't have a chest freezer, so I can't buy in bulk like that, but I'm like, God, I have his number. If I ever have the room ever again, I'm like, this is
Nice.
It blew my mind. I'm like, this is the 21st century right here.
So, that reminds me. Did you guys ever watch Tiger King?
Yes.
Well, that
I
whole
never watched. I know the memes though.
that whole there was a whole thing about Tiger King where he would feed all his animals like not quality checked meat from Walmart, like all the meat that unused or unbought from Walmart.
Well, everyone's screaming Uno at once now.
So like he would take all that unused meat from Walmart and he'd just feed it to the animals, and like, he had like 3 truckloads of like unused meat. Uh-oh, we got a standoff here.
Draw for.
Yeah.
Don't
I'll
decline
take
him, you
it.
won't win. I must say that he definitely doesn't have it.
Yeah. You know what sucked? My last card was red.
Oh, my last card was green. I had a green 7.
Oh man, AI's gonna win
I had
now.
a red
watch.
7.
No!
There it is.
Man,
I
damn
called it. I
Damn
knew
it.
it. After we gave him those 12 cards, I was like, he's winning. There's no way he doesn't win.
God damn you, Al Snow.
Damn.
He definitely earned it. To be fair, we
Yeah,
really
he
hit him with
did.
the wombo combo there.
Yeah.
Al Snow. Guy.
Fuck you, Al Snow.
Just-
Oh, immediately he skips my turn. Okay. Al's too advanced. Clearly Skynet is upon us. Right, Marwal? Good one.
Okay, AI is scary, let me tell you. So like the job I do now is basically training an AI, which I don't mind. You know, like I still think AI is the future, which is weird coming from me like as an artist and a game artist. Everyone in the game industry is like, oh no, AI, oh no, oh no. And yes, AI can make very convincing models. Like they can do fairly well. Their topography is garbage,
Right.
but it can do a really good job. What I do see though for AI, because I do this specifically as well, is it really helps me with ideas. Like I use ChatGPT when I do stuff. If I just don't have enough ideas, like when I was doing that downhill racing game
Okay.
that you saw, I actually asked it. You know, I was like, because I just didn't have enough chatters to ask, and I'm like, I can't reach out to a bunch of people, so I asked, you know, hey, like I described the game to ChatGPT, and I said, what would be some good obstacles for this game, and it gave me a list of obstacle ideas, and I'm like, you know what, these are really good. You know, it said like pitfalls and spring-loaded traps and stuff like that. I'm
What
like,
about ramps?
this is great. Yeah, and it said ramps. Yeah, it said all this stuff, and it said oil slicks too. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is all great. I'm like, you know, like that. This is what AI should be. It's a very good helper. Like, will it replace all of our jobs? Absolutely. But that's not what its original intention is. It's a great idea maker. I've used it more times than I can count to really help me out with stuff. Right.
Well,
I
speaking
see
of
no harm in it.
speaking of AI, you know what I don't like? AI chatbots to come in my chat and say, "Hey, cheap viewers at this website."
Have you noticed an uptick in bots? There's been a lot. Like
Yeah.
recently, it's been a really big problem again.
I mean, Jim Bob bunch of numbers isn't real?
Yeah. Oh, come on,
Really?
Al
Wow.
Snow. Fuck you.
You mean he's not going to offer me the best viewers around?
Yeah, yeah, Jim Bob, bunch of numbers. This one was Keo Ryzen.
Oh. It's the same thing
You
on
know,
friggin'
you know what's
Twitter.
weird too? If you notice, you used to, when the bots used to come out, you used to be able to click on them and see the profile was made like that day.
Yeah.
Now you notice if you click on them, some of them, a lot of them say they were made in like 2017, 2018. It's really weird.
It's like, why?
It's like really, it's like old abandoned
dormant
accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe those dormant accounts were hijacked and like the people that actually own them didn't care.
Yeah,
They
I
don't-
think
they
yeah,
don't
I think
care
it's
for
something
Twitch
like
anymore.
that.
Yeah,
Hey, that's not cool. Why's it gotta be green?
because we gotta save the environment, man.
Save the environment.
Whoa,
man.
dude. That's just like your opinion, man.
The environment is just your opinion,
Oh!
man. Just breathe better.
Oh!
Yeah. I already do that badly, so.
Yeah.
We gotta save the
Well,
whales.
After
save
like
the
floating
bees,
breadsticks,
save
I would
those
breathe pretty
trees.
badly too.
They're so good, though.
Damn right. So salty,
First
though.
card was blue. Good.
Mhm.
You know, speaking of the environment, it reminded me I still want to travel the world at some point and see like the ruins and stuff in like Greece and like Italy and all that, because I'm afraid it won't be there forever.
Right.
That makes
Go
sense.
to Italy, you'll be able to see Godzilla. That's where he sleeps in the Coliseum.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I just watched that movie like last weekend. And I'm like, they saved a lot of money on this movie. There's like maybe 200 like lines of dialogue.
Now, I I got through some portion of Godzilla -1. I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but
I need to see that.
it's there were. It was no, there was like two people like talking. It was like 1951, and like the setting there was like 1951, and there's two homeless people like in Japan, and they're talking about like some random subject, and it made me fall asleep. And I was like, I didn't see Godzilla yet. It's already been like 12 minutes. I mean, I know the Godzilla movies are a slow burn. Like the last 45 minutes, Godzilla starts fighting somebody.
She'll stood up and been like, "This, what is this, Cloverfield?"
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's just
Minus
this
the shaky
Cloverfield
cam.
exactly.
Someone, I was talking to somebody, so I got invited to watch what is it, that Kong movie?
Yeah, Godzilla X
And
Kong.
yeah, and so I watched it, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't want to go see that. It's just, gonna be like two monsters beating each other up." I'm like, "Duh, what do you think I'm going
right.
for? Like, you're going for the story? No, I'm going to see two giant monsters beat the shit out of each other."
I watch porn
Monarch
for the
on Apple
stories.
TV if you want to watch story for Godzilla.
It's like, no, you want to watch two guys that are in rubber suits beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, go watch Toei. Go watch Toei.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh, come on,
Kick this
really?
guy out.
What the hell, Al Snow?
Get this guy out of here.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
brother, this guy stinks. Oh,
Somebody got disconnected.
I think I got disconnected. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. All right, hang on. We'll restart the room.
yeah.
Yeah, good. We'll get someone else besides Mr. Snow.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. I just left the match.
Speaking of movies, I was invited last week to go watch the Alien movie.
Okay.
Ooh.
What'd you think?
It was I liked it. I had to actually, when I got home, I had to look up a YouTube video explaining the story of Alien because I had lost track because I just didn't really understand. I mean, it's a really simple understanding now that I've seen them.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a bunch of different Alien
All right.
movies, but I
Invites,
didn't
I
really
sent
know how they
invites
were
to
all
you guys.
connected. I mean, there wasn't really any continuation in the story. It didn't really feel like it, but
Right.
there's quite an eye-opening scene towards the end of it. I won't spoil anything, but everyone in the audience audibly gasped. So I
Okay.
was like, "Oh,
Okay, so I watched the original Alien. I watched Alien 3. I watched Alien Resurrection, and I watched Prometheus. Those are the only Alien movies I watched, and I did watch.
I haven't
Alien
watched
vs.
any
Predator.
of those.
I did watch Alien vs Predator.
I liked Alien vs Predator."
Yeah, and I watched the original Predator because why not? Get to the chopper. Blah.
Yeah.
See,
You have
I
to
never,
go,
I,
go
never, I
now.
never really cared for the Predator movies. I like Alien, but I didn't ever like the Predator movies.
Okay, we got Hawking instead of Snow.
What's he hawking up?
Damn.
Got another Discord message. Hang on. Okay.
Every time I see a 7 or a 0, I like cringe a little bit from when we had the 7-0 turned
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I
Okay.
get
Like,
like
I
eye
forgot how
twitch.
bad the 7-0 rule was, so that's
It's awful.
That's
Like,
why I left
never
it in, 'cause
played
I didn't know
this,
how it was.
and I just don't want it.
Is that like sevens? You like give your hand to the left, and
Yep.
then zeros it goes to the right.
No, 0. All the cards go in the direction of the turn spinning, and 7 you get to pick whose card you want to trade hands with.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So that way the game keeps going forever, and I forgot about why the game keeps going forever, and it was because of the 7-0 rule.
Yeah,
Mhm.
7-0 rule. Yeah, just it goes on and on.
Okay.
Yeah, last time I played Uno was with my roommate and his cousin online, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll play real quick, whatever." We've been playing for a little bit, and like we just play a quick game, and then like 3 hours roll by, and
Right?
we're just like, "What is happening?"
What time is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta be up for work in like 6 hours. Like I need some sleep.
Yeah.
And eventually, of course, the AI one. We're like, fine, we're done.
Yeah.
I'm like, bye.
Have you seen the cards in the expansion that just came out for this?
No.
No.
There's like 2 new cards. I can't remember what one of them is, but another one is called the linking card.
Okay.
And I know what the 2 cards are now. Yeah, one's a linking card, and you basically pick 2 players to be linked together. And
Okay.
anytime one of them draws, the other one has to draw 2. They get the same amount of cards.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
The other card is like a pointer card, and it basically asks everybody to vote for somebody to pick up a card, and whatever majority that everyone's pointing at has to draw.
Dang.
Like part of their like
that's
party.
rough.
It's like part of their like summer party pack. Hey, don't have a green. Don't be eco-friendly right now, please. Never mind. You can
Oh
actually take
shit! Oh, I had a yellow. I had 1 yellow card left, and they gave me +4.
Okay, you can play something now, hopefully.
Yeah.
those. Yeah, hey, it's yellow.
But yeah, I had 1 yellow card left.
Same.
Nice.
Hey, at least Al Snow didn't win.
Yeah.
Al Snow's on the bench right now.
Hey, nice.
69, nice.
Nice.
I like how it'll load my user picture in the game, but during this it doesn't.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see anything there.
Perfect game. Thanks, Ubisoft. Quit focusing on rabbits and work on the real hit.
Hey, Rabbids is pretty important there.
Rabbids
Don't ask
is
me how I
pretty good.
know.
So,
Don't ask me how I know that.
oh, hardcore dev used to work at Ubisoft.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I worked on X Defiant for 2 years.
Okay.
Which X Defiant was like kind of Counter-Strike off-ish, kind of, right?
It was like if you mix Call of Duty and Overwatch. So it
Yeah.
was it's an
Oh.
FPS, but it like they had abilities too.
Oh.
Gotcha.
So, Valorant.
It was like
their own
well, it
version.
was like trying to think of what else does this. Like what's another game that like mixes IPs together? Like that Nickelodeon game or like
Oh,
Smash.
All-Star Brawl.
Yeah. So you had characters from The Division. You had Assassin.
Oh,
you had,
okay. Yeah,
you
yeah.
had-
Now I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
That last line I didn't say also, but they had like
Rainbow
you
Six
had, like,
characters.
yeah, Rainbow Six characters. You had like what's the other one? You had the Cleaners. You had the shit. I think I know the name of this, but I'm probably not gonna say it right, so I'm not gonna say it. It might be incorrect, and it might not be really shit.
Okay.
But they had DeadSec too, which was Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was their version. So like each characters had like special abilities to help them. You know, like the Cleaners had like a firebomb ability, and then all the heroes had ultimates too. So it wasn't as specific as like Overwatch, where like every single person had a different ability. It was like their class had an ability.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it was an FPS game. It's arcade shooter, so and I would expect it to play as such. It's free to play, also. Don't mind me advertising it out there, but it's free to play if anyone wanted to try it. So, I mean, it's free. Why not? If you don't like it, you don't like it. So, everyone, as far as online community goes, obviously people bitch about it. It does have netcode issues. I think we fought for that for years, and I think, as far as I can tell, they're still fighting for it.
Oh.
Because I'm sure it's hard because they're still running the old version of Snowdrop, which is their engine.
Okay.
So it's not even the newest version. They're like basically running the engine for Division 2.
Okay.
So,
Dang.
so it's a little bit older.
Damn it.
So they're kind of running outdated hardware. So they're really fighting with it, trying to mix it together. So, but I enjoy it. It's fun to play. I enjoy playing with friends.
Well, I'm happy that my computer can just play any game I need it to. So, because I built this in May, and I got a 16-core CPU, and I'm really happy about it. And I got a big 4070 video card.
Same, actually. Yeah, because my old one was just really crapping out. I could never stream games. I could only stream working on stuff, but I could never have more than like 2 programs at a time. So I
Right.
was slowly saving up for this one, and that's what I got. I got like a 20 core, and then I just went ahead and waited, and for the 4070 Ti's to come out, I got a 4070 Ti.
Mine's a 4070 Super.
Nice.
But yeah, it's one of the big beefy cards where you have to have a support arm to like keep it up.
Oh yeah.
I got a case that vertically mounts mine, so I don't need the support.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
I got one of those nice big aquarium tanks.
I got a mid tower.
Okay. Hey, here you go.
I just have a 2060.
Fair.
Yeah.
Actually, when I started, I built my computer when I was going through college because I was doing my rendering and stuff on a laptop, and when I started college, and I was just really struggling. I would leave renders sit overnight for 8 hours so I could turn in my homework because that's just all I had, and I couldn't always go to the school to do it.
Right.
And use their PCs, and then I built mine, like, that was like 7 years ago, and it had a 1060 in it, I think, when I built it. But it got me by because I think it was one of the 6 gig ones, so it got me by. But and then my buddy upgraded his computer, and he gave me, well, he sold it to me, his like 2080 Super, and that kept me going. That kept me going the last year or two. Win. Oh my god, I won! I need to just bullshit more often. I win if I just don't pay attention.
Yeah. Let's just keep talking bullshit, and but yeah, my my old PC had a 1050 Ti in it, and that's what I was streaming on.
Yeah, I could never have more than like I could do texturing or I could work in the game engine, but I could never do both at the same time.
Right.
I had to have one program open at a time, and like, oh, I need to edit this in Photoshop. Well, I ain't gonna be opening that right now.
Yeah.
All the fans ramp up. You're like, it's about to take off. You're like, oh shit.
Man, I wouldn't even try, like, because then I would never stream games because I wanted to do, like, when I was streaming hardcore, like, a couple days a week and, like, had a full-on schedule, I was like, man, I should really do, like a game dev reacts type of series where I play games, like, campaigns, and I, like, point out things that I notice.
Yeah.
Because I did that for a while. I played a campaign for Call of Duty, and I pointed out, like, here's some assets that they didn't place right. They're floating off the wall, yada, yada, you know. Or here's how this is made, here's how this is made. So I was doing stuff like that, but my PC couldn't do it. I could do it again now, but now I don't even have, like, a schedule. Like, I'm just streaming whenever.
Do you know that YouTube channel, Playframe?
I haven't.
Okay. Well, they basically do that.
Yeah.
It's like they play games and they point out stuff because the guy who runs the channel is a really, really good animator.
Okay.
And he plays campaigns and he points out stuff, and he's been doing the Final Fantasy 14 and he's been doing Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do.
He points out like game animation stuff.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do because I learned every part of the industry, so I know all the ins and outs of almost every part of it. It's just I just don't have time anymore. Like I barely have time.
That's what it boils down to is time.
Yeah, time and money and effort.
Yeah.
Also,
doesn't help when it's like been 110 degrees here in Texas every single day, so the house is over 80 degrees every day.
Yeah, it's been like 80s and 90s in Florida and raining.
Oh yeah, nice humid weather. That's when we first came to Texas. We lived near Galveston. We were closer. We were like in between Galveston and Houston in an area called Kemah.
Right.
And that's what being that close to the ocean. I swear to God, it rained at least 10 minutes every day. Every day you got at least a drizzle. And God, it's just like one of those things when you don't have. And that was when my first car had no AC, so I was like, you just roll down your window, and that doesn't even help because when it's humid out, it's just a hot dog breath like breathing on you from the outside air. So even your window down doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that was my Saturn. Like, roll down the windows, like really horrible AC, and pray to God.
Yeah, my
Did you have like did you have a Saturn? Sorry, did you have like a Saturn Ion? Because that's what my friend had, and I used to make fun of him for it because it had a plastic quarter panel.
I had the knockoff Ion version. It was the SL1.
Oh God, yeah, because he had one. It was like a 3-door, and I used to make fun of him all the time because it was so old, and like the quarter panel was plastic, and you know when plastic gets really old, it gets really brittle, and I was
Yeah.
like, you could like pull pieces off of this quarter panel if you tried, and he was trying so hard not to let anyone touch it. If they like leaned on it, it was
That was
gonna crack
basically
and
my
fall in.
dashboard. Like my dashboard would
nice.
come apart.
My first car was a Dodge Neon, and those were very common to have that issue with
Yeah.
the dash. But luckily, mine did not have that problem.
Yeah, I
my first,
inherited my Saturn from my grandma. It was a '99 Saturn SL1, which was the knockoff, like the deadbeat version of the Ion.
Oh God, as if it could get worse.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing. Roger Penske of like the Penske Truck Company, like
Yeah.
he was gonna buy out Saturn, but they gave him a shitty deal, and he didn't go through with it. So Saturn fell through. Saturn, closed down.
There's so many companies that don't exist anymore.
yeah.
Like Oldsmobile, Pontiac. Like,
Someone pointed out I never made the connection. They said, what was it? The Hummer doesn't exist anymore. And they're like, oh no, they just made the Hummer. Like, no, that's GMC. I think that makes the Hummer now. The actual
Yeah.
company Hummer is gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
and what you call it? Mini Cooper. That's BMW now.
Yeah,
it's been
well, I mean,
BMW.
most of their parts are BMW anyway.
Yeah. So it
Didn't
would make
BMW do the smart car, or was that Mercedes?
No, I think that's BMW.
that's BMW. By the way, a friend of mine from college had a smart car. Because again, this was one of my radio station friends. Like when I was working at the radio station, the radio station she worked at, they had a Hummer, and she had to drive it everywhere. So what made her decision to get a smart car was that she had to drive the company Hummer around everywhere. So she's
I would never own a smart car after seeing the crash test rating for those and seeing them get smushed in between two other cars every single
Already
time.
smushed.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and then when they get into a wreck, they have no crumple zone, so they just completely turn flat. I'm like, I will
Right.
never ever.
And don't drive those things in a hurricane.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
might get picked up.
Yeah, because that's what happened to her smart car. Because we live in Florida and we get hurricanes, and
Yeah.
like she drove into a hurricane, and it just spun her around and like nearly flipped her on the side, and then she wound up in a ditch.
God. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I call Uno.
Dumb AI.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking.
Oh!
Oh, Steve, did you we were talking about our first cars. What were you were talking about something, or you were trying to talk about something?
Oh yeah. My first car was a '95 Toyota Camry.
Okay,
Uh,
I drive one of those now.
At one
95?
point.
No, it's a 2012.
Oh man, would have been funnier for the joke.
Yeah.
That's actually a '95 Toyota Camry. That thing's
It's like
would
I
still be
actually
running.
have Steve's old car.
Yeah.
It's-
I
that
bought it
car is
from
actually
him.
floating around somewhere. Yeah.
You never know.
My mechanic here in Orlando actually bought it off me for $1,000 when I got my old new car, which was a 2005 Ford Taurus.
Okay.
But the Camry I had, for the longest time, it got to a point where you're like, oh, there's a leak in the AC line, and they don't make the old style Freon anymore,
Right.
so you have to get it
yeah.
retrofitted. So then they're all like, oh, it's going to cost a lot of money. So I just drove around for like 2 summers with no AC. And I
I've
was
done
fine
that.
with it. And then one of my dad's friends had come over to like look at our cars, and they're like, yeah, there's something wrong with like the AC. Like we have to get it retrofitted. And dude's like, it is. And we're like, what? They're like, yeah, right here. Or like, you're shitting me, right?
Could have had cool.
So we bought a
AC
can
this
of
whole
Freon and we
time,
just charged it. Perfect.
and it was
Worked
fine.
Perfect.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That sucks when that happens.
So
Yeah.
my first car was a 1985 Oldsmobile Delta 88.
Oh, what a boat!
Yeah, I had a
Golly.
sleeper
boat.
boat. Like, for my first car.
This guy has hit me with a +2 every single turn for like the last 4 turns.
So, yeah, that thing was a lead sled. It had a 455 engine in it. And, like, I could, like... I was basically Bowser in Mario Kart. Like,
Yeah.
That thing was, like, it was slow to start, but it was fast once it got going.
Yeah.
And the thing was loud. You could hear the car from, like, 2 miles away. Like, easily.
God.
Hmm.
Dude, I actually took my driver's test in a like not the older version, but like the more modern version, like an 05 era Dodge Intrepid.
Okay.
God damn, that was the worst thing to take my driver test in ever. It was a goddamn boat.
Right. Yeah.
God had a long pointed nose. Things sucked.
Yeah, my damn Taurus was a boat. I went from having like a decent, like small, like sedan to a huge car like the Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ugh.
But yeah.
Now I'm back to tiny car.
I love that Delta because you could fit 7 people in it and still be comfortable. Because
Nice.
it was big. And what's really sad about it was how we sold the car. Like, the person who came over, they brought their whole entire family. Like, they brought, like, the aunt, the uncle. It's like, everybody came to look at the car. And then they bought it, and then they lived, like, a few blocks over. And then, like, a few weeks later, the car was under a tarp. It's like, why would you buy it if you put it under a tarp? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Hey, you got the money.
I got the money, and it's just like I felt really bad for the car. Like, I know it's an inanimate object, but I felt really bad.
Yeah, if you take care of a thing and then people just treat it like shit, you're just. I feel
man,
that.
speaking of that, I feel that there's a lot of like YouTubers right now, like a lot of the big ones, like Wes Champlin, if you've ever seen him. Like, they'll buy cars from people and then they put them through these like tests, like driving, like I drove 1,000 miles in this, and then you can feel like once they get it from somebody, because I feel especially bad when this guy does it because he haggles with people obviously to get them down on the price, but then they're like, yeah, and they're selling an older car and they have a lot of connection to it.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, there was one that they bought it off the guy and he was like, these things still the only owner, and they talked him down on the price, and then they got it. And then they just like practically destroyed it, like dropped it off of something, and I'm like, man, like, how are you gonna do that? Like, I understand, like once you buy it, it's yours, but it feels so bad because you like haggled on the guy on the price, and and now you're destroying it, like, and it's like an older car that like isn't around much anymore.
If you're doing it just for content, that's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I hate when you just made me think of that too. We like talking about older cars that just aren't really around anymore.
Yeah.
Like, speaking of first cars, actually, I have a story that a small short story. All right, cards. Hello. Jesus Christ. I had my grandmother had her first car. She still had it for a really long time. I can't remember the exact year, but whatever the Mustang like Mach 1 was, like 68, 69, something like that.
Yeah, it's 69.
Like beautiful car. I think it was red. And it was going to be mine. Like, she had it for so long, and when I was first born, she still had it. She wasn't going to give it to my older brother because he was already tearing up cars, I guess. And so it was gonna be mine, and when I guess at some point she traded it. She traded it for a Ford Explorer of all cars because she needed a bigger car. And I was like, you know what? You could have just never told me this story, and I would have been just fine with my life. But now you've told me, and now I am just filled with hate.
So, there was a kid in my high school. He had a 1970. Ford Mustang Mach 1, but he never drove it to school. I mean, he would, but he wouldn't put it in the school parking lot. So he would put it in a different parking lot, like in a safer parking lot, because he
Yeah.
didn't want kids. He didn't want somebody to steal it because he
Right.
knew someone would steal a classic car and drive off with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
scared. Yeah, make sure no one even knew I had it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how we knew he had it? He drove it to we had a bunch of friends in bands, like
Local bands.
yeah, pop punk bands like in the local
Yeah.
scene. And so he drove it one day to one of the shows. And we're like, you actually drove it to a show? Like people would actually steal it from a show if they got drunk,
Yeah, but I say these
Yeah.
are adults. They're more likely to steal it than the teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like bright banana yellow. It had a 327 Cobra jet engine or 329 or like a. Oh, why'd I choose blue?
You want to pay attention again?
I was not paying attention. But yeah, it had a Cobra jet engine. It was awesome. I had like one ride in it. And he liked to drive fast. Like if he took a girl on a date, he was driving fast just to impress the woman.
Yeah, I'd hate to have like a nicer older car and you're gonna baby it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always had a philosophy: you got to kick the dust off of stuff, not just
Yeah.
baby it the whole time. There was a myth I used to believe wholeheartedly, like that if you had a car and you just drove it like as gas saving as possible, like you never hit the 4 RPM range, that it would like the rings would like set in or some
Yeah.
stupid shit like that, and you would lose power over time.
Right.
I know it's not true, but I used to believe that shit so bad.
Yeah.
We had speaking of cars that you didn't know people owned, was when I started college, we parked in a parking garage and then had to walk across the sky bridge to the school, and there was a guy that was showing up, he kept showing up like every single day, and he was in a black Corvette, like a C6 or C7, like slightly newer Corvette. And I was like, and then he'd get out and he'd be in like a wife beater and basketball shorts, and I'm like, oh, this guy, he's a real piece. I know it.
Right.
I was absolutely hardcore judging him.
So
And but
Yeah.
he ended up being like the biggest Pokemon nerd.
Nah.
And I got to know him, and he was just dressed like that because he was just lazy. He just didn't really care about anything. And I asked him, I was like, okay, well, what's the deal with the Corvette then? He's like, well, my parents asked me when I got out of high school, they said, do you want us to pay for your like 16th birthday? Do you want us to pay for your college or buy you your dream car? And he said, I want the college. And they went ahead and then they asked him what his dream car was, and then they got him both. They paid for college and got him the car.
Wow, must
Wow.
be nice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I was waking up at like 3 a.m. to go to valet, work at the airport until like 10 o'clock in the morning, from like 3 a.m. to 10 o'clock in the morning, and then go to class at like noon. So
That-
I could,
that
because I could
reminds
only,
me.
my parents' credit score was so bad, I had to get a loan through the school through myself.
oh
Like
jeez.
they didn't even do the program like that anymore, but my parents' credit was so bad they couldn't help me on a loan, so I had to pay while I went. I was paying a $200 I think a week payment to stay in college while I was going, and meanwhile everyone around me, like their parents paid for it, and like it was just a nicer area of Dallas too, so like all these richy preppy kids. I hated everyone around me at school.
Well,
Because there'd be people just not trying or just not doing the work and just giving up, and I'm like, your stuff is paid for. Like, how can you act like this?
right?
I hated
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So for me with my college, I did 4 years at community college and 4 years at a university, and I still have no job, of course, because our system sucks.
Yep.
What happened was, like, our community college was big, so like everybody went there because they couldn't afford a university or whatnot, and so I had to park. They had they had a main parking lot, and there was a parking lot behind where there was a daycare center. So there was no parking, so I had to park at the daycare center and walk through the big parking lot just to get to class.
Nice.
And so, like, Like, some people thought I was a pedophile because I'd park my car at the daycare center
Oh god.
and just go to
Oh,
class.
no.
Ain't that the worst?
And it's like, I'm like, listen, there's no parking in the main parking lot. I have to park here to get a spot.
Yeah.
Just put a sign on your window that said not a pedophile. That'll really sell it.
Or just put free candy.
Yeah.
That's
Your
like-
license
that's the
plate will
opposing.
say, get your vanity license plate, no pedo.
But yeah, those were the days. But thankfully, most of my college was paid for because I got a disability ride until like the last 3 semesters of school, and which my parents paid for anyway. Which it wasn't much. It was like the last 3 semesters.
Oh no.
Man, mine was very expensive because my family decided to move back to Ohio, and even when they were here, they were living in like Waco. So I was
Right.
traveling in my first car, mind you. I still had my first car. I was driving from Dallas to Waco every weekend to go see them.
Okay.
But that meant I had to pay for dorms on top of it while I was
Right.
here. And so it was crazy expensive. I think my total loan at the end was like $155,000.
Oh, jeez.
And
Damn.
I have a funny story though, because it's actually all been cleared, not because of debt relief either. So the school actually got in trouble for they were supposed to offer
Nice.
They were supposed to offer like career placement, and I guess they were fudging their numbers or lying about helping students get jobs.
Yeah.
So the school is actually closed. The school no longer exists. So
Right.
for reference, it's the
ITT Tech?
It's Art Institute.
DeVry?
Oh, the Art Institute.
Yeah. So my loan is gone. Like it's not even part of the forgiveness or anything. Like just the school got in trouble,
Doesn't
and now
it-
my school's just gone. So I owe nothing. It's just gone.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
It just couldn't have been perfect timing because it's been in deferment, obviously, because all the Biden stuff. So they just kept deferring it every year, and then now it's just gone before I ever owe a payment.
Defer. Sounds like the Swedish Chef from Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was. You know,
I was
actually living at the
lucky.
dorms, my car got towed one time. I had to have a parking pass in my car, and I had the
Oh,
parking
God.
pass. I
I
had it
had
in
so
the
many
window.
parking pass issues. Not even funny.
Yeah, I had mine in the window. Like every single day, I would have it in the window. I'd have to put it there, like make sure it was visible every single day. Well, one day after I've already been doing it for like 4 to like I don't know, it was at least 4 months. I was putting it in the window every single day when I would park, and then one day I left it on the seat and I forgot to put it in the window, and they towed my car that same day. It's like y'all
I've
are
done
some
that, but
bitches.
I've done that, but they gave me like a $60 fine. Like if you didn't have the parking pass in the window, like sometimes
That's so dumb. It's
like
like visible. It's in the friggin' seat.
Yeah, I was mad because I didn't know. I thought my car got stolen because I had no way of knowing. My car was. I just went down there. My car was just gone.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to do until I decided to call the number on it just to see, and they had it. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
But yeah, I got a $60 fine. Like my parking pass sticker melted off one day.
Oh.
Just like, come on, guys.
Like
And
you
it's
seen
like-
my car? Come on.
Yeah. Red. Okay. But yeah, yeah, I had parking pass issues. The security, you had to go through security to get a parking pass, which was monotonous because you go to the security building and they were like, they're like, okay, what'd you do wrong? I'm like, I'm just here for a parking pass.
Right.
And
I'm
like
not in
they
trouble,
would
I'm
always
not in
accuse
trouble.
you of something. And the school newspaper was always funny because it would always say the campus police blotter.
Oh,
And
okay.
In order to graduate, I had to work for the school newspaper, which
Oh,
it was all sorority run. So like
Oh god.
like they only took like maybe like 3 of my articles, but like they called me like sexist and racist and all that stuff, and they're like, eh. And finally they got rid of the sorority, like control of the school newspaper. So I was really happy when that happened. But then like, I was happy to graduate because I had enough. What do you call it? Community service points to graduate. Because the whole thing with my university was you had to have community service points, and it was like,
Oh yeah.
1 hour would be a point, so you had to have a total of like 80 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and you had to do that all throughout university. You had to have 80 hours in 4 years. So I would take like maybe a semester off just to get community service hours, up.
I'm glad I didn't have to do anything like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I think the roughest thing I had to do was like we had normal college courses mixed in, and one of them was psych. And I hated our psych class because it was very much about public speaking, and I fucking hate talking to the public.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else I was fine with.
Yeah.
Oh, and figure sculpture. I hated figure sculpture.
Oh, jeez.
I suck at drawing. I suck so much at drawing. I'm a 3D artist, and I can do 3D just fine, but god, do I suck at drawing. I'm like stick figure level when it comes to drawings.
Same.
And we had like naked people coming in for us to draw them. And I'm like, I can't. I suck so much at drawing. I'm about to shame this person if they see my drawing.
Right.
We had 2 different people that would come in for the nude drawing.
Okay.
And one of them was like an older guy. He reminded me of God, what's the guy who played Green Goblin?
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, he looked like him, but he had a big like handlebar mustache.
Oh god.
That might have actually
I
been
would
Willem
vomit.
Dafoe.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know. He was an older dude, so he had a lot of wrinkles. Let me say that. And but
Yeah.
the other one was funnier because the other one, I don't remember her name, but she was very organic, health looking type of stuff. So she would bring in a mason jar filled with water, and that she would drink her water from that. And I swear to God, like everyone kept saying it's probably alcohol, like moonshine or some shit.
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
just gonna say,
I'll
yeah.
be like,
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, if I'm standing, nude for people to draw me, I'd need it too. But I could never forget. So she was a curvier lady, and she had a tattoo on her ass that said "Made in Canada." I will never forget that ever. Like that is just in my brain for the rest of my life.
If I had a "Made in Canada" tattoo, I'd have it say "A" at the end. Like "Made in Canada," eh?
Sounds like you should have a question mark at the end of it. Like you asking?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is gonna be the last game.
All right.
But guys, it's been really fun talking to you, and it's been amazing content. We've been talking about cars and game stuff and crazy stories about our lives.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have like a podcast or something like that. There's so many interesting stories to hear and tell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of interesting stories, one of my ex-girlfriend follows me on social media, and she refuses to post, but she's like, I know she's always looking at my stuff.
There's a recipe for disaster right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she went to a Tampa Comic-Con. And
Oh yeah, it's this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. She went Friday, and God, she's such a horrible person.
All right, we're just gonna preface that, or are we just gonna throw that out there?
Well, we broke up on a. She cheated on me, basically.
Okay.
She
fair.
was I helped her out with everything in life. Like I helped her out with her car, her apartment, financial, and she's just like, hey, I'm gonna go sleep with this guy, and I'm just like, you bitch.
That's how that goes. Actually, I had a girlfriend like that. She's like, I want to take a break because I kind of like this guy and I want to see if I like him or not, and then if not, I'll come back. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
Well,
I said,
yeah, that's not how this works. We're
Yeah.
just
I
gonna
said,
break up.
yeah, I said if you go over there, it's over. Like that's how this
Yeah.
works.
Well, that reminds me of my last girlfriend who brought her husband to my house.
Well,
Oh man, you were the third wheel, or was he the third wheel?
I was the third wheel.
Oh, you got the chair.
Oh, yeah, I got the chair.
no.
You
And
got the chair.
here's the thing. She was also pregnant.
Oh, okay. With his?
Huh.
Yeah, with his kid. And then they break up. No. They break up. And then, like, she comes back to me. And I'm like, honey, we should have stayed together. You should have stayed with me. Then she tells me to fuck off and leaves me forever.
All right, well,
Jeez.
it was already nosediving. They just fell. Just fell to the
Yeah.
ground.
So, yeah. That's my relationships with women.
Valid. I am married, so
Well, hey, dude. You gotta keep that. It's like,
hey,
Good.
I am plenty happy. So
please stay married. Please, do not be single. Because being single forever is horrible.
oh yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, not it. I'm what 31 or 32 now. I can't even remember. Like I can't be single anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost 40, so.
Oh well. I hear once you turn 40, you become a wizard.
You just ponder orbs all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the internet. Ponder orbs on the internet.
Mm.
Does this one give me frost spells, or does this give me fire spells?
Oh man. Depending on what side of town, you definitely get some fire spells from down under.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't go to OBT.
Oh man. And speaking of which, my cousin, she just got married. She's gonna be joining me on my Baldur's Gate 3 Twitch integration playthrough in October.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I have to watch that so I can vote on stuff in chat.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be doing that mid-October. So, the reason why
That's a
we're
game
not
I
doing
still
it,
have to stream.
yeah, the reason why we're not doing it now is I'm waiting for my other cousin to get a video card for his machine.
Hmm.
He's got one of those machines that has like onboard video, but can do
Oh,
a video
integrated
card.
graphics.
Yeah,
Oh god.
yeah, onboard graphics. Please shoot me.
Yeah.
I played the original EverQuest with onboard graphics, and I regret it every single freaking day that I played that game.
I think my grandmother helped me build my first PC ever because my
Aw.
mother was never interested, but I was. So like skipped a generation, so my grandmother taught me everything that she knew. Now she also sailed the high seas for movies back in the day. But,
Okay.
but so she helped me build my first PC, and like it didn't have onboard graphics, but it had a video card, which I didn't know, I guess wasn't a common thing. It was like
Right.
the size of my hand. It was like a little red graphics card. I can't
Okay.
remember what it was. But then I think I have a picture somewhere on my Facebook from forever ago when I built my machine that was my computer for so long until I built my machine I needed for college. And I
Okay.
took a picture of the 1060 next to this little red card. I'm like, what an upgrade, because it was like the size of like a hand to like the size of, like a 1060 graphics card. I'm
Right.
like, holy shit.
I had a laptop for college, which lasted me 5 years. It was a good laptop, but it was an MSI 630GX, which again lasted me 5 years. But then the RAM blew out, and I had to go. It was a 4 gig RAM laptop, but then the RAM chipset blew out, and I had to resort to 2 gigs, and the thing would overheat like a madman.
Ooh.
And like I could I could boil a cup of coffee on that thing, and
Is that a Dell
nice
Inspiron
and hot.
laptop?
Yeah, that's how hot the laptop would get. I could boil a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I had a laptop for a while, but it was just a basic like HP laptop, and I think it was like when me and my wife was then my girlfriend, we moved in together and we went to errands, and I got a laptop. It was that laptop is just an HP, and I was like trying to go through college with it, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. So like leaving the renders running overnight for the like 8+ hours, and I'd wake up and it wouldn't be done, and I'm like, oh, I can't turn in my homework. Teach, I'm sorry. It's like
It's still rendering.
I was like, it's at home rendering. Like I took a screenshot before I got here. I was like, look, it's still rendering.
Like, how long did it render for? Like 10 hours?
Yeah, some of them would render for like 10 hours. Yeah.
Jeez.
It was just like when I was doing like intro to modeling and stuff like that, it would be like these test pieces we had to make, and a lot of them were like the the clamps that like hold on to like the bicycle neck, the gooseneck stuff.
Right, yep.
Some type of complex hard surface shape. We'd make it, and we'd have to learn how to make it, obviously, and get graded on it. But then, like, we would do other pieces that he'd walk us through it in class, and it would have, like, glass and, like, other stuff in it. And they'd be like, all right, we're going to render this for homework, so you get your render settings right. And, like, so obviously glass rendering takes a while. And I'm just sitting there trying to render it on my HP laptop. Like, and it was not having a good time.
Right.
I could render it in probably like 3 or 4 hours, but it'd be super noisy. So it'd have to spend the rest of the time denoising it.
When I had my last PC, I had the Windows video editor, like for Windows 10, and that would take forever to render video. And like sometimes I leave it like on in the middle of the night to render the video, then upload it. But thank God I could upload from home with the internet I had, with the gig fiber I had. But before that, I was on 3 megabits per second. That was my internet.
Ooh.
No, that's
CenturyLink?
Yeah, with CenturyLink. Yep.
He called it.
That was legacy
my mom's
CenturyLink.
CenturyLink, and I hate it. Every time I go home, I'm like, I need to upgrade your internet.
I hate it too, but I hate Xfinity even more. So I just deal with it.
I was like, let me set you up with like Spectrum. It's at least good internet. She's like, no, they're terrible. And I'm like, it's better than but it's like better than 2 megabit internet.
Listen, I have issues with Spectrum right now. Like they're on my hit list right now.
I have them here at my apartment, but it's like the enterprise internet. So whenever my service, whenever I have to have a service call, I'm able to get like a person.
Yeah.
Because it's through the
Oh, it's like a communal service type thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's through the community. So
yeah, that's what ours is. So I was telling a Legend Man about this before you showed up. So I had, when we moved in here, Frontier came to our door and said, "Hey, we just installed fiber. Are you interested?" And I said, "Yes, give me fiber," because that's when I was working for Ubisoft, and I was like, "Yes, having 500 up and 500 down at the same time is so good." It's so good to have, and I had them reliably for like 2 or 3 years now. Well, then when we signed our lease again, they renewed our lease this year. They started a contract with Spectrum, and so we had to switch. We had no choice. Like if we wanted to re-sign our lease for it to stay living here, we had to switch. And they said, "Oh, you can still keep Frontier, but you still got to pay us the fee for the
Spectrum,
contract." Yeah, so I'll be paying 2 internet bills. So I had no choice to switch. And since they've installed it, like I say, I have 1 gig. So technically the download speed is faster, but the upload speed is still cable. So it's like only 20 up. So it's so shit. Like the upload speed matters so much when you're doing stuff. Like I don't care if you have 10,000 down. Like if you have 20 up, it's gonna be shit. Since we've had it for like 3 weeks now. I've dropped connection at least once a week. And the guy who came and installed it, he had so many issues installing it. He said, "I just had to run a new line." I'm like, okay, whatever that means. I was like, he just ran a new line. Cool. I disregarded it until I went to go mow a week later, and I found a cable running in our yard from the box by our mailbox, that little power box or whatever.
Yeah.
It was run. There was an orange cable running from that up our yard into our house, and he never told me. He just didn't say anything. I almost ran it over with the mower. I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" I called them. I'm like,
Wow.
"Excuse me." I was like, "What is supposed to happen here?" He's like, "Oh, so he's supposed to tell you, and then then they would have reported it to the construction crew, and the construction crew would have came out in a day or two and buried it."
What
I'm like,
construction
well,
crew?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
"He
yeah. What
fucking
construction
didn't."
crew exactly?
He did. Yeah, he didn't even tell me. Like, so they came out and they buried it, but I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, you gotta be. It's like I was already
Yeah.
mad that we had to switch, and then this happens. I was
Yeah.
fuming to that poor guy. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, but this is really upsetting.
Yeah. Well, with my internet, I've had the transfer box on the phone pole. I've had
Yeah.
that go down twice, and I had to get it replaced because of Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
And that's been awful. I had no internet for 3 months, and I made a YouTube video about it, saying, hey, like this happened. We had the eighth technician that came out fixed it. Like I'd have 8 technicians come out and say, yeah, this thing's broken. I'm like, yes, we know that. The last guy told us that.
He just gets there, puts his hand on his hip. He's like, "Yep, that's not working. All right."
It's like, yes, we know.
There's your
goddammit.
problem there. It's busted.
It's not even there.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, it was waterlogged because of Hurricane Ian,
Yeah.
and because it was waterlogged, one of the fuses was broken. So you had to take the fuse out and then rewire it and put a new fuse in. So that's what needed to happen, and it took 8 guys to figure that out.
Man, that sounds accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
And we kept telling each guy that came out, we kept telling him, you gotta fix this thing. And it's like, I can't do anything, I don't have the tools for it. Like, we told the last 3 guys this!
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, we need a specialist to come out."
None
Like,
of you
"Aren't
have the
a
tools to
specialist?"
fix this? What do you do?
He's like, "We just drive the company car. That's all we do." They probably,
I
the fool
put
probably,
Ethernet cables in.
He's like, he probably has a piece of paper that tells him the order the wires go in too.
Yeah.
The fucking orange, white, orange.
Make sure the cable has Cat 5 on it.
Yes, exactly! Exactly! Yeah,
I
I don't know
I'm
how
still
many
the
cats is
tool.
By
in
the
this
way-
thing, but there should be 5 of them.
I mean, but if it's got 6, that must mean it's better, right? There's 6 cats in there.
How come you're
compatible
not
with
covered
Cat
in
6.
fur?
Dunce.
Oh man, get this one, Steve. I was telling Legend too. Actually, this isn't even the end of my internet troubles. We were talking about having poor internet. This isn't recent. This is a long time ago. But when I moved, when I was in Texas, when I first came, we moved up to like the Dust Bowl in like Hillsboro, and the only internet we could get is HughesNet.
Oh no!
You know what our bandwidth cap was? 1 gig total for the entire month.
God,
Yeah.
You couldn't even watch a YouTube
that was
video.
that's satellite internet, right?
Yeah, it's satellite internet. It was like $600 to set it up too.
Oh,
my God.
And yeah, it was we
That's
had
a
1
kick in
gig.
the
You could not even watch a single YouTube video. You could check your email, and that was the limit. And we had no phone service, so
Wow.
That's
That was
like
like when
Living in a
Legend
cabin
Man. That
with
was
no
like
water.
when Logan kept trying to get his Starlink,
Oh, jeez.
and then got it installed finally, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you gotta get these trees chopped down. It can't it's in the way of the satellite connection." So he gets the trees cut down, and it's still like shit internet.
Yeah.
Sorry
yeah, it's
again.
like satellite. Like I would take point to point over satellite, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh man, could you
Yeah.
have gave that the other direction?
I would
I
get
could
satellite
reverse it,
internet
yes.
right now, but like it's slower, but it's a little bit cheaper. Like I could get Starlink right now.
Keep going back and forth for their introductory, 2-year period, and then
Yeah.
go back and forth.
Just make different emails. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be alright.
Oh, you're like the 5th person I've had live in this
That's
place. This is a real bad turnaround.
My parents are like that with with cell phones. They keep switching companies. They go to Verizon, then Sprint,
Oh my
then
God.
and then T-Mobile because they're like, oh man, the bill's really high, and this guy just offered us, for $20 a line. I'm like, yeah, they all say $20 a line. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
For
like
2
standard.
years.
Yeah, but I say like you're paying the same price no matter where you go. Because I've just
Yeah.
been Verizon for like 10 years now. Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm a Verizon customer because my grandfather worked for GTE, and then I didn't click, because GTE or it was originally Valinite, and then it became GTE, and then GTE Valinite, and then Verizon came in, bought GTE and Valinite, so now we're Valinite. We're Verizon customers because my grandfather worked for GTE and Valinite. So we get discounts on Verizon stuff all the time.
but yeah, Verizon will give you discounts for almost nothing. Like I had a discount for a job I haven't had in like 4 years, and they still had a discount on there for it.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I think they're giving us a discount right now for my wife being a nurse. They just had her
That's
fill out a
convenient.
form. Yeah, she gets a discount, I think, for either being a nurse or being a student.
And I bet you get great health care because of her being a nurse.
No, it's fucking expensive.
No.
Ah.
Healthcare is so expensive. They, her company just got bought out, and they were sending them packets, of the new healthcare. One of the plans to cover all of us, the family plan, she would have had to pay money every paycheck. Is how much it was.
Wow.
She would owe money every paycheck. I'm like, you guys, there's no way.
Well, my healthcare is my plan is ridiculous. Like it covers stuff, but it's just like it's $538 a month.
Yeah, healthcare is ridiculous. You know what? I'll just fend for myself. That's
Yeah,
that's where
it's
I'm
just
at right
like-
now. It's like I just need glasses. Like once every I don't even need new glasses every year. Like give me
Yeah.
I'll go 4 years before
4
I need
years, yeah.
prescriptions, and then that's all I need. And then I brush my
I got
teeth,
3 pairs of glasses, and if one of them breaks, I get the next pair. So I'm okay with that. And my
healthcare's
prescription's
just too
been
much.
nearly constant, so I don't have to worry about that.
No one can afford that much money for that. Yeah, one of the plans that we were looking at, you could have up to 2 ER visits a year. I'm like, why is that a limit? Why is there a limit on ER visits?
It's like data caps.
It sounds like dystopian level shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't blink more than 725,000 times in a year.
Yeah, fucking, you got a milliliter limit every time you bleed, you can get a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have enough blood. We can't see you.
Yeah,
You're a
you've hit
risk.
you've hit
We,
your
we,
blood
we
cap.
can we can only do half an ounce of bloodletting.
Yeah.
He just walking around tapping his elbow. He's like, I just need a pint, man. I just need an ounce.
Yeah.
Anyone got an ounce?
It's like a drug addict.
Yeah, drug addict. Behind the Shell gas station, they're handing out little baggies of blood.
Yeah. Jeez. Yes. Life is horrible in America because we have to pay for everything, and money is just a concept that
Yeah.
it's like, hey, we have a monetary value, and it decides whether you live or die.
Isn't that crazy that you ask us and we're talking to each other and be like, yeah, America sucks to live in, but then if any other
Yeah.
country's like, yeah, America sucks, become the most patriotic son of a bitch ever.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck you mean it's the worst place?
America,
where I
fuck
live.
yeah!
America. Yeah, everyone gets super prideful if someone else says
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. It could be worse.
Steve, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, you're paying attention to the game? I'm just hitting the buttons to flash at me like I'm a 2-year-old over here. Oh, flashing colors.
Ooh, colors.
That was
pretty.
Korean barbecue yesterday for
Yeah.
my friend's birthday. We're eating, and then a table across the way that I could see had set up a phone with that dancing fruit on it for a baby. And I'm listening to a conversation, my head just turns, and I just start focusing on the fruit dancing. I'm like,
It's weird how that
I'm
works,
sorry.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for me.
I love that.
thank you to Merch Guy Steve and Hardcore Dev. Go follow their channels. Dev, Steve, I hope you guys follow each other.
Yes.
Because this has been a great conversation. And
Yeah, this is awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely down for more collabs. Like, I want to start transitioning because right now I only do like game development stuff.
Okay.
When I do decide to stream, so I'd like to kind of transition into games at some point. But
Okay.
I'd rather
what
play with
games
other
do you
people.
want to play? Because if my cousins can't play Skull and Bones, like I'll do Skull and Bones with you.
Yeah, I would play it if someone else invites me to play it. So I'd play Skull and Bones. I don't know, like party games, I guess. Like I always enjoy a good round of Pummel Party.
Okay. I do
stuff
Jackbox
like
almost
that.
every other Sunday.
Oh yeah, I should be doing that more often.
Yeah.
I get through the week and I'm just like, I sit here and I zone out. I try and turn people's streams on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should hop on more. Actually, I gotta be careful playing Jackbox because what was it? Trivia Murder Party called me out on someone's stream because my name was hardcore_dev.
Yeah.
And because the _dev, I don't remember what it said, but it called me out about something.
Oh jeez.
Like, I don't know if it called me fake or something like that, but it
Yeah.
said something. It highlighted me and
Weird.
it said something.
So,
I was like, oh.
and Steve, how you doing on your Pokemon card collection?
Oh, it's good. I've actually toned that down a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm still collecting, still chugging through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I still have to grade my classic Pokemon cards, and I gotta see if my local comic book shop can do that for me. Because if they
Yeah,
can't,
you definitely. Yeah, you gotta
I'll
look
do
for like
that.
the middlemen to do it.
Yeah.
Because then it's like you only pay when like when they ship the card. Well, not when they ship the cards out, but when they get received at whatever company you get them graded
Because
at. At least most of them should do that.
There's a collector shop in Port Charlotte. Like there's like 4 towns away from me. Like it's like a hour and a half drive that like I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Just to get my cards graded, but like
Ugh.
I'm not making that trip. If I can do it at the local shop, like I'll do that. Because I have at least last time I checked, like the cards are worth like $2,000. Like almost each card is worth $2,000.
Like highly graded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten graded yet because they're like first or second edition cards from like the original sets, and and they're holographic too. So
right.
So like I got
if your local shop offers that, they'll definitely hit them up for that. They'll make sure everything gets shipped off like nice and proper, and then they'll let you know when they get your cards back.
Yeah. So are you working on any game streams?
Not lately. I've been gearing up. I've gotten back into Fortnite for some reason.
Ugh.
Oh man.
Playing with like my friends. Lots of things. The shorter list is what's not wrong with me. But I was thinking about just streaming like solos or whatever my roommate and our other friends want to play. See if they're down for me streaming that.
Okay. I would like. I know Carpe Boredom wants to do a raft stream with me on my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
so,
raft.
Yeah.
I have that.
If
I do have that.
Okay.
I think that's 4 max, ain't it, or is it 6?
Yeah. Do you know, Steve? What's the max playership? Because I think you can do at least like 6 or 8.
Let me see. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I just don't know where to see it.
Yeah.
Page.
Because I think somebody did a modded version where they did like 10.
It is. It says
Online co-op. That just takes me to the co-op page.
Well, they really don't say, do they?
To Google.
Right?
Yeah.
I was already there.
Yeah. Okay. And I gotta look for somebody to raid. So who's on that we could raid?
8 players at a time.
8 players
Oh,
at a
wow.
time. Okay. Yeah. I remember seeing somebody do a 10-player raft server.
Oh
think it
wow.
was custom modded though. Okay, we're gonna rate our buddies at Carpe Boredom. So let me get their channel pulled up.
What are they playing? Is it Yakuza?
Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. That's what they're playing.
Oh, that's it. That's their Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, very
Okay.
nice.
All right, everybody. Let's go say hi to Carpe Boredom. And yeah, go follow them. Go follow each other. Go follow Birch Guy Steve. Go follow Hardcore Dev. Everybody, dudes, this was great. I love this.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I did this on my 3rd anniversary, and we had a blast. So I might do this again next time, but I'm probably gonna do something else special for yeah. Yeah, we did FF7 yesterday, the remake. That was fun. What else? Yeah, we're gonna do a raft stream on my birthday with Carpe Boredom. So let's go raid them. Everybody go say hi, and thank you for 7 years. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, again, go follow each
thanks
other.
you.
And yeah, I'll get you guys the links for each other's streams so you can go follow each other. And
Way ahead of you.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Everyone, have a good day. And again, thank you for 7 years. I will be back streaming Monday with more Pacific Drive. Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Rating Carpe Boredom right now.